Something like this. Hit it.
The Roger Report live morning show. Weekdays at 9 a.m.
Say y'all, I was on Roger's panel a few times and I couldn't take it. The heat. I got out the kitchen. It was hot. I was sweating. I had to get out.
He's Roger, and he's right.
Check this out.
We can live or die. You choose. I have spoken to you a lot of times in hatred and anger, and you have not heard me. Well, you had better hear me today. If you won't listen to me when I make an appeal for the Negroes because you have no concern for the Negroes, listen to me when I make an appeal for America. You claim you love America. Well, we love America. But you are driving us back and you are making a Samson out of us, and we are going to pull down the pillars. And then you think we have no right to ask for something? Is it too much to ask you to grant us human dignity? Should we be put down and shot to death for this request? If so, you can aim your guns. What the hell do you think we care about dying if you're going to deny us the right
to live? Good morning, folks, and welcome to another edition of the Roger Report Live, the best show on social media. If you are new to the channel, go ahead and take a moment out to hit that like button, because this is where you're going to find the best content on social media, and you don't have to worry about it because you're going to have me right here to make sure that happens. And if you've already been coming to the channel for a while, then go ahead and hit that like button, because you already know what time it is, and you know that this is where you're going to get the best content on social media. It's not a mystery to you at this point. You've seen other people do it. You've even seen some people do it well. But what you have not seen is anyone do it quite the way I do it. So make sure you hit that like button. And everyone, yes, everyone, take a moment out to share the content, y'all. There are so many people who need to get great content like this. And it's just a small thing you can do to help the world be a better place. And isn't that what we want at the end of the day? Don't we want the world to be a better place? Of course you do. So share the content now. Share it through your social media. Share it through word of mouth, or even text someone's phone. But do what you got to do to help spread the word. All right, folks, we are back for another fantastic episode here at the Roger Report Live. Today, we are looking at Black Girl Magic. Beautiful, single, and empowered, y'all. That's right, Black Girl Magic. We have a young lady who is beautiful, single, and empowered. Now, before we get too deep into this, first of all, I want to say shout out to all the people who give me views on a regular basis, because y'all make up the fam around here, and I appreciate y'all big time. And that's real talk. Shout out to the people who come through and leave comments after the stream. You help engage the audience engagement. You help keep it up, which helps the channel. Shout out to all the people who save a hype. You know what I'm saying? Just hype me up at least once a week, y'all. Give me a hype once a week at least. So shout out to all the people who hype me up every chance they get. And shout out to everybody who hits that like button, which helps keep that channel moving. Appreciate each and every one of y'all. Appreciate each and every one of y'all. And shout out to the people who go above and beyond the call of duty. The people who make financial contributions to the Roger Report Live, because y'all help me do stuff that I would not be able to do without you. And a special shout out goes to Universal UC. He is the sponsor of today's stream. Thank you very much for your continued support, my brother. Thank you very much. Appreciate it big time. Appreciate it big time. And we'll give some shout outs to some of the first people to check in this morning. And y'all done let it happen. Y'all done let it happen. And he letting y'all know that it happened. Around here, there can only be one. So shout out to the Highlander of today's stream, my main man, Bruce on Wayne, got the job done. He is the man this morning. He is the man this morning. Shout out to you, my brother. Shout out to you. Glad to see you here. We got Trail Bentley coming through right behind him, representing as he always does. Hashtag long live the habitual line steppers. Hashtag Negroes in the wilderness. Hashtag dignity over vagina. Hashtag Al Gore's babies. Hashtag Hail Hydra. Shout out to you, my brother. Shout out to you. We got I'm listening in the building. Great to have you, brother. Great to have you. We got Jerome Payne in the house. Good to see you, brother. The Knights Palace is at the cool table this morning. Great to have you. Great to have you. Superstar Jay Quick is checked in. Great to see you, brother. Afro Merchant is also in the house. Good to have you, brother. Good to have you. Inspired Truth Broadcast is representing. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you, my friend. And we gonna get into this, y'all. We gonna look at this, y'all. Black girl magic. Beautiful. Single. And empowered. Okay? Y'all, I'll put a link in the description, as I do from time to time. It won't be a link there every time, but you always want to check in at the Roger Report Live to see if there's a link, so you'll know about certain stuff that we might be referring to. I'll put a link in for what I'm going to say is this beautiful young lady who happened to be 34 years old. Okay? You know, I like to acknowledge y'all. I like to acknowledge that you got some beautiful young lady out there. There's some beautiful young ladies, some beautiful young women out there who they get them a little taste of black girl magic, and all of a sudden they don't know how to operate. Okay? Everyone is not some quote unquote ghetto ratchet sister from the projects who becomes very problematic in the black community. Everyone is not that. You know, there's not a whole lot of class separation. People like to use the word class sometimes. I'm going to say it's not a whole lot of class separation amongst black women. Okay? This here, just a random young lady. You know, I don't like to get on other content creators, so I'm not getting on her per se. I just want people to really look at what she represents, because there's a lot of people that are like her. Okay? 34 years old at the time that she made this particular video. Okay? She's an attractive young lady. All right? She is not fat. She is not ugly. Okay? Let's just get that out the way. She is not fat. She is not ugly. Now, why is she single? Okay? She is beautiful. She's empowered. But what does she do with it? Okay, what does she do with it? And she's sitting now contemplating things at this particular point. She's 34 already. She even played with the term loser herself. Now, she's definitely a loser. She may not know for sure that she's a loser. She may just be thinking, okay, maybe I am, maybe I'm not. No. She's definitely a loser. She is 13 years old and for some reason has not been able to be married to this point. And now she's dealing with maybe this is the life I may have to settle into. That's interesting. Because when you were 24, you were still attractive at 24. Okay, I'm sure she was even more attractive at 24 years old. Yet she's single. All right. Now I'm gonna say, shout out to Mr. Z. He lets it be known that sometimes these women are just weirdos at the end of the day. Okay, I'm not gonna say she came across as an absolute weirdo. Okay, but maybe some weird choices here or there. Maybe some weird choices here or there. Now, when you are an attractive woman, you have advantages that other women don't even have. Okay, you get to get in places easier. regardless of what kind of place it is, that includes jobs, which means you get to be around people with jobs. Okay. She said she was employed. COVID came up. Before then, she was right there with the people. How was you right there with the people and you can't pull nobody? Like, what is going on with you? Now I heard her tasting, some tasting entertainment stuff, and I was like, I don't know. I ain't never seen that stuff. I'm sure some black folks who done watched the movies that she mentioned. I can't think of them right offhand, but I'm pretty sure some black folks who saw that. But I'm gonna say sounded kind of on the whitish side. Okay, whatever. Cool. She said she had 2 relationships, y'all. You're 34, you only had 2 relationships at this particular point. Now, this is the thing. That might mean only 2 people hit it. It could mean only 2 people have hit it. Doesn't necessarily mean anybody has hit it. But usually if a woman is a virgin, she'll make that known. You get on social media, she's a virgin, she's going to say she's a virgin. So do I believe she's a virgin? Absolutely not. But there's a possibility. I'm not saying it's the way it went down, but there is a possibility that maybe, just maybe, only 2 people have hit it. And if that's her quote unquote body count, that's pretty good. 34 years old, only 2 people hit it. Now the question is, has she had a one night stand here and there or along the way? I don't know. And see, I also have to take into consideration you're 34 years old. All right. Did she let some random white guys take her down here and there? She may not have had a relationship with those guys, but did she let some white men take her down here or there? And I get that thought just based on some of the stuff she's saying, the environment she's been in and things like that. So you've been working around some white folk. Did they just take you down to Pound Town, do what they had to do, and zip on back to where they regularly hang out? Probably, but I'm not going to say that about it. She, there's nothing that, gave that out 100%, But you got to ask yourself, if she's 34 and she's only been in 2 relationships, if that's true, how you end up 34 and single as a black woman? You're not fat. She doesn't have any children. 2 major issues. She didn't say she was stressed out by that. Heck, she been going without a job for a period of time. She said she had to kind of burn through some savings. So it don't sound like, I'm not saying it ain't the case, but it don't sound like that has her in the chokehold at this particular point. Another major issue amongst black men getting up with black women. So maybe the debt is somewhat in check. Now I can see she may have some debt. Maybe she has some college debt or something like that. Maybe she has some retail debt, just kind of on a lighter side. She said she had some savings. Okay. So she did put a little money away. Okay. So why she look like this? She's 34 and she ain't already married. What the heck is going on with this young lady? Now, all we know is what she said. And this is the thing. Well, one thing I did find somewhat crazy about it, she said, she's been trying to work and get different jobs and things like that. And she said that at a certain point, the only jobs that were responding to her were jobs that, you couldn't get a livable wage. Now, see, that caught my eye. I don't know if it caught your eye, but it caught my eye. Or at least my ear. Okay, it caught my ear. And I started wondering, if you single, okay, you're a nice, decent looking young woman. You got your own place. You want to live in the world as your own adult which I'm not saying a woman cannot do that, especially in America. You know, no, that's what the game is around these parts. That's what the game is. But if you want to do all that and you're looking for jobs, when she said the only jobs that seem to be contacting her were the ones where she cannot make a livable wage, I started wondering why you apply to those jobs. You need to be on your own for whatever your reasons are. You got your own place. You know you got rent to pay. Okay, you got to buy whatever makeup you use. You got to, buy toilet paper and whatnot. You got to buy things for the house. You need some laundry detergents. You may have clothes that got to go to the dry cleaners. You got to, get some soap. You got to maintain yourself as an individual in this climate. As a young lady, why do you apply for jobs if the job calls you back and you say, this doesn't give me a livable wage? Now, y'all, I'm going to say this. I ain't applied for no jobs in a long, long time. I don't plan to ever apply for a job again. I don't even, quote unquote, technically super know how to apply for a job. I got common sense. I'm pretty sure I can go online, look a company up, find out where to apply online at, and make something happen if I needed to. I have no plans on doing that ever again. Okay. No plans on doing that ever again. But I have looked for jobs before. I've definitely looked for jobs before. And y'all know what I did not do when I looked for a job? And I'm talking about, you can go way back to when I was 18, y'all. You can go way back to when I was 18. I ain't never looked for a job I didn't want. I didn't fill out an application for a job that I refused to accept if they called me back. Okay? I'm just saying it. Where is the sense here? You apply for a job that doesn't give you a living wage, but this is a determination you make after they call you back. And I'm thinking you could apply for a lot of jobs a whole lot quicker nowadays because you ain't got to go leave. You ain't got to leave out the house. You sit down at the computer. You start engaging with different businesses. Yeah, what's the filling out of the job nowadays? Okay, probably sitting down at a computer, doing what you got to do. I'm pretty sure that's the main part of applying for jobs nowadays. So you take the time out to apply for the job. The job actually calls you back. You have some level of consideration, and you say the jobs are calling you back. You don't make a livable wage. Well, why you apply? Why would you go through the trouble of filling out whatever you got to fill out at this particular job? Now, I granted, it's probably a whole lot easier than what I had to deal with when I applied for jobs. Probably a whole lot easier. But even if you sitting at home in front of the computer, that's all you really got to do to apply. Even if it's that simple and it's that easy, why do you apply for jobs and they call you back and you say, hey, that ain't a livable wage. I don't want that job. Now, look, y'all, we got Black Girl Magic out here, y'all. You are allowed. Shout out to all my people who living outside of America. But in America, you are allowed to be beautiful. Okay? You are allowed to be single. And you're allowed to be empowered. So I don't know why you would take that empowerment and then apply for a job that you won't accept when they call you back. It just don't make sense to me. Now, some people will say I'm too harsh because I started putting things like this into a dumb category. This woman wants to be dumb. This woman doesn't take herself seriously. This woman is looking for some guy to bail her out of her situation without her ever really trying to keep herself afloat. Now, I'm not saying she won't work. I'm not saying that. I'm saying she wants somebody to come in and pick up whatever pieces she don't feel like picking up. That's what it sounds like to me. You apply for a job, the job called you, and you don't want the job. I understand if somebody else already got you. Now, job called you and you say, hey, well, you know what? I appreciate the opportunity, but I've already been employed. I totally get that. Okay. But see, these are some of the women that brothers are running into. And this is why I say, y'all, a lot of black men just don't see black women as acceptable for marriage. And people like to pretend it's some very extreme stuff. This is a regular old woman. Ain't nothing here that I saw in this video that I'm going to point to and say, this is really extreme. It ain't super extreme what she doing. I ain't saying it's the best. I'm not saying it's the most intelligent, but it ain't super extreme or anything like that. She don't just immediately come off as a horrible person. You know? Now, wherever she went to school, because I'm assuming she went to college, okay? She's working in offices, so it's it's a lot more likely she would have went to college. She working in offices until COVID started, shaking some things up for her. I mean, she even said she was making friends at the dog park. So she's a fairly sociable person, probably. Not saying that she knows how to spark off a conversation or anything like that. Most women aren't really good sociably on their own. But what I'm saying is she probably knows how to engage somewhat well if someone starts talking to her. Okay? And because she's, doing some things on social media, well, I understand that, in this particular context, you don't have the pressure of actually talking to a person that's in front of you. And there are people who find that easier to do when the person is not in front of them. But I'm going to say, maybe she's fairly okay if you engage her in the conversation. Maybe she do all right. Maybe she does all right. Okay. Now, again, I think she's a fairly attractive young lady. Okay. I don't know if that's her natural hair, but a lot of men would accept it far more as natural hair unless you actually asked her and got some level of engagement in that question. Like, is that your natural hair? You probably kind of assume it. Now, there are women who put like extensions and things down, and they do have some levels of extensions for hair that black women could put on their heads. They do have it. I know black women act like you can't find nothing that looks natural to black women on the shelf somewhere and put it on your own hair. They don't like the hair unless it look like a white woman could have had it. But no, they do have like extensions and stuff that look like black folks' hair. Now, maybe she got that, maybe she don't. I don't know, don't care enough. But I am saying she's not presenting herself because there's a lot of guys who say, I would just prefer to have a woman with her natural hair. I'm pretty sure the guys ain't gonna know that that's not her hair if that's the case, because it could be her hair. Could very much be her hair. So the hair ain't holding off nobody. Okay. She got a decent face card, as they say. Okay. She actually has a decent body. If you look at the video when she first sat down, that's a woman with a decent body. If she puts some nice clothes on, she gonna be all right. Now I'm gonna say this. You can associate with whoever you want to. If you in America, you grown, you can afford to be in those spaces. You can associate with whoever you want to. But she said she only had 2 relationships. Now, I don't remember her giving a timeline, of when those 2 relationships happened and how long they were. So I don't know how much time has been taken up in this. Now, I'm going to say it did stick out to me that she said she talked to her gay best friend. She talked to her gay best friend about things. She had a gay best friend, which she assumes is still a gay man somewhere. I'm just thinking, you want some man to be in a relationship with you. You want him to commune with you, but you're hanging out with a gay best friend. Now, I'm not saying it's illegal to hang out with a gay man. That's you. Okay? There's nothing stopping you legally from hanging out with your gay best friend. But realistically, how does a gay best friend fit well in a relationship when you're a heterosexual woman and you're talking to heterosexual men. How does that help you? How does that help you? You know? Now, I'm going to say, realistically speaking, if I were talking to a woman and she tell me she has a male gay best friend, that's going to bring up unnecessary questions. Just absolute unnecessary questions if you want this to actually work out. Now, some people would take that as, oh, Rod, you saying she can't have a gay friend? No, she definitely can have a gay friend. But let's be realistic about this, y'all. I'm into you. You got a gay best friend. If I want to see you, is that going to make me come over more or come over less? Let's think about that, y'all. As a straight man, am I going to come over more or I'm going to come over less? You got a gay best friend. That's on you. It happens to be a dude. If I call you and ask what's going on with you to see if I want to come over or maybe take you somewhere, and you kicking it with your gay best friend who happens to be another dude. You think I'm going to be like, okay, great, your gay best friend is there? This is a good time to talk to you? Okay, this is a good time for me to visit? That's probably not going to help me want to visit. I'm just keeping it real. It's probably not going to help me want to visit. I come over there. She got a gay best friend already there with her, but it's a dude. If I'm trying to make something happen, am I trying to make something happen with this lady and she got a male gay best friend there? Does that sound like an inviting situation as a straight man? I don't know about y'all. Don't sound all that inviting to me. Now, being realistic, not saying you're going to do anything or whatever, but if a woman is with her straight best friend and it's a female, now there could be some cock blocking going on. We got to acknowledge that. I'm not saying it is. I'm not saying it isn't. I'm just saying it's possible that her friend is there to cock block. But if I have in my mind, I want to see her anyway, and there's just another girl there, I'm way more likely just to go anyway. I'm way more likely to go anyway. You kicking it with your gay male best friend? Yeah, I'm gonna let y'all have it. I'll holler at you later, okay? I'm gonna holler at you later. But if you tell me only another woman is there and she's straight, well, I might just come on down. Realistically, I got a much greater chances of coming through. Now, again, I understand a best friend could be a cock block situation, but I do believe I'm good enough that if you got your female friend there and she's halfway attractive, this ain't gonna be that big a problem. This just ain't gonna be that big a problem. Even if I'm not saying something sexual got to go on with the other young lady, but if she's a true best friend and she's gonna be around or whatever, we still can kick it. We could do some things, or we can stay right there and do some things. But hey, if this is her female best friend, she's gonna be around anyway. I'm cool with getting cool with her female best friend. Okay? Even if it don't turn into nothing, I'm cool with that. Okay? Because she gonna be around. All right. If we really link up 5 years, 10 years from now, I have to assume this particular chick is going to be around. So I can go ahead and work this play. Okay. Even if it is a cock block situation, I can still go over there and get in good with the friend, which will just help me up down the road later on. And you know what? I may even be able to help a buddy out. Maybe the friend looks attractive and she ain't trying to get on nothing with me. Man, I just get you one of my friends. Now my friend gonna keep her busy. I'm good. I can work with that. I can work that situation out. But when you got a male gay best friend, I ain't saying it's illegal. You can do it. But I ain't got no play for you. Okay? I ain't got no male best friend. Okay, that happens to be gay, that's gonna keep your male best friend who happens to be gay busy. I don't have that. It just is what it is. I ain't got no brother to call and say, hey, I need you to keep him busy for me while me and old girl kick it for a little bit. Now I got plenty of male friends that ain't gay. They straight. They can keep all your little female friends busy if that's what needs to happen. You know, we done made that play as friend. You know, me and my friend, we done made that play plenty of times. So that ain't no big deal. But see, she 34 now. Do you not understand the game? Okay. Do you not understand the game? You wanted a husband, but you keep a gay guy around you on some kind of regular basis. And I'm assuming the gay guy is around because she said that's her best friend. How you best friends with somebody and you don't ever be around each other? Now, I'm not saying, you know, as we get older and we get into things, folks do get married, and then you do actually spend less time amongst your best friend. But we talking about somebody who's 34 now. So we talking about when she was younger as a single woman. Okay. Real talk, I'm not trying to kick with you and your gay best friend. And it's a dude. I don't want to come over there and paint your nails. It just is what it is. Okay? Just is what it is. I ain't playing those games with you. All right? I ain't playing those. I don't want to get drunk with you and your male best friend who happens to be gay. Okay? I don't want to smoke with you and your male best friend who happens to be gay. Not saying any individual does any of this stuff. I'm just saying, you know, realistically, you spending time with a young lady as a young man, regardless of what you do. I'm not for the Netflix and chill with you and your male gay best friend. That's none of this stuff is gonna actually happen. So what's the point? So you keep a cop blocker around you, but you want to be married one day. Because I mean, let's keep it real. Not saying it's intentional, but if a young lady has a male gay best friend, and that dude is around, that's an automatic cock block. Because I ain't even coming over. It is what it is. I ain't coming to see you. You and your little male best friend who happen to be gay, y'all do y'all thing. Okay? I'm in the streets. I'm on something else. Okay? I'm off that. All right? Shout out to Trail Bill. He say, laugh out loud. Exactly, Roger. I'm not sharing a bottle. Okay, I think I know where this might be going. He said, I'm not sharing a bottle or a blunt with your male best friend. Okay, it ain't go as dark as I thought it might went, but I'm with you there 100%, brother. I am with you there 100%. Okay. It ain't gonna even look right. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Could y'all imagine somebody walking into a room and you sitting there with a chick and her male best friend who happens to be gay? They look at you like, what's good, bro? I mean, what you on? Okay? Can you just imagine somebody you real cool with walking in the room? It's you, your girl, and her male gay best friend. I'm not even saying you technically have to explain something, but it sure look like you got to explain something. Hey, Tony, what you doing here, bro? Well, you know, I'm over here with I'm over here with her. You know, that's my girl, right? Yeah. I know that's your girl. I do know that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. What about dude over there? Well, you know, that's her best friend. I'm not really over here for him. That's her best friend. He just happened to be here. He was just already here and you just came on by, huh? Yeah, man, it don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? He gay though. Yeah, but that don't mean nothing. Okay. Okay, okay, all right, okay. Look, bro. Let me get up on out of here. Let me let you spend time with your girl and and her gay best friend. I'm gonna let y'all rock. It's time for me to go. I obviously shouldn't even stop by. It's time for me to go. Now, technically, you ain't got nothing to explain. But I'm gonna say this show look like you got a lot to explain. Cause if I'm your friend and I come over and you there with your girl and her gay best friend who happens to be a dude, yeah, bruh. You can talk to me about this later because I'm gone. And that's just real talk. I'm gone. So she got a relationship repellent with her on a regular basis, obviously, right? She has a relationship repellent on a regular basis. And see, this is the thing. A lot of black women want these gay friends around. I'm not saying you can't have them. It is legal. You can keep them around if you want to. You can associate with people you want to associate with. But how are we supposed to get somewhere in a relationship level and you hanging around gay dudes? Okay? Yeah, knock yourself out if that's what you want to do. I know I ain't gonna be there. I ain't get shout out to Trill Billy. He say much later. Exactly. You got to explain this to me much later. Uh I ain't telling no woman she can't be friends with no gay dude. That's on her. But just don't expect me to be around for it. That's way too much for me to explain. Okay? I ain't explain none of that. Okay. Shout out to White Skin Man Cave. He say she sounds stupid, Roger. Hey man, it is what it is. I mean, when you think about the stuff she's saying here, it does sound stupid to me. But as I said many a time, stupidity is a choice. But this is the thing, y'all. This is the thing. She's not coming off as no ratchet woman. She don't comes off as no terrible person. She don't comes off as a person who's argumentative. Okay. She don't come off as, I mean, she really don't really come off as a dumb person until you truly examine what she's saying. You know, you would assume this is a bright young lady who's just living life and she's not ratchet or anything like that. You would say, hey, she look like a good one. Let me see what's up with her. And I don't blame any guy who has attempted this in the past. But then when I start hearing about her story, you don't know why you ain't making it. You know, and you are a loser. You don't really get it, but you live in this kind of way. Okay, all right. It is what it is. It's cool. Now you're into movies that I don't know if a lot of black men gonna sit there and watch with you, but I believe. Well, I'm not gonna say we ain't gonna watch it with you. We probably just wouldn't be into it, but I mean we'll watch it with you because brother trying to get some. He'll sit through a movie. It is what it is. Okay. You know, do you have common interests amongst a black man that you can do anything with? Because she said, when she recognized that her mother's algorithm knows she a black lady, she said, I want to see if my algorithm know I'm a black lady or see what my algorithm think of me. And she said her stuff was all over the place. Now, that does not necessarily mean she's a scatterbrain. It could, but doesn't necessarily mean that. Depends on how much you put into it. But she did say, well, I don't watch a whole lot of TV. Okay. I would assume from that she don't watch a whole lot of movies either. She said she reads, right? What books are you reading? Now she did say she likes smut. And if y'all don't know, yes, a lot of women love smut. Okay. I used to think way back in the day, I used to think women was reading something that meant something. I thought girls was like supposed to be super smart, and the reason you see them on buses and trains reading, because I really used to think it was about some level of intelligence until the day I started inquiring about what they actually read. And now I would assume that every young woman, just about, okay, I mean, it can't be all of them, but just about any young woman I've ever seen reading on a bus or a train was probably reading something with smut in it. That's probably all it was. Okay. They do go crazy for that type of stuff. You know, they want to keep, I guess, the adrenaline rushing some kind of way. And they will use these quote unquote romance novels to do it. So they wasn't reading about nothing. Okay. Okay. They nothing intelligent anyway, or nothing that's supposed to make you a better person. And I thought women knew, yeah, they'll talk like they have really elevated in some kind of way. And the average chick just out here reading smut on her way to work. The average chick out here is reading smut on her way home. You know, if she don't have a car on a regular basis and she's on, buses and trains more often, she's reading smut on her way to the grocery store. She reading smut on her way to pick up her kids. That's what the game really is. But let them tell it. They are so enlightened. Okay, let them tell it. They're super enlightened. All right, shout out to Elder Blood. I see something from him. He says, these be slick. Excuse me. These women be slick trying to screw these gay dudes. Remember, Roger, from a few days ago, the plantation Keishas are trained to turn black men into their girlfriends. Well, I mean, you gotta look at things on a lot of different levels, because black women will sleep with their gay friends, and black women will have babies for their gay friends. I mean, she even said it herself. She got a gay best friend, and she told dude, well, if I don't have kids by such and such time, I'll be a surrogate mother for you. Now, realistically speaking, y'all, how is she going to become a surrogate mother? Let's think about that statement, y'all. How is she going to become a surrogate mother? And shout out to Bad Black Game. He said they reading Zane, Raj. Yeah, I told y'all before, I bought a Zane book. I heard everybody talking about Zane. It was Zane this, Zane that. And all these women was reading Zane. I said, well, who is Zane? Let me pick up one of these books and see who this Zane is. Okay, obviously Zane is doing the thing. Okay, nothing but stories of hoes, man. It's just hoe stories. I don't even remember what I did with that Zane book. But, this is what it is, because I bought it. I didn't read it immediately. I bought it. You know what I'm saying? I had it. Eventually, I sat down. Let me read this book, see what's going on here. Man, from the first story in there, it was like separate stories. But first story in there, man, it's some book for hoes to get excited. In that particular story, for hoes to get excited because they were slaves and trying to sleep with the slave master. It was some story like that. Was the first one I read. Then I skipped up to the next. I said, now I didn't even finish reading the first story. I just seen what it was about. And then I said, let me check and see what these other chapters is, see what's going on. And it smut, boom. So, okay, I know what it is. That's why the women been talking about this book so much. It ain't nothing but a book of smut, okay? As she called it in the video. All right? But, moving back forward with her particular situation, she said she's willing to be a surrogate mom for her gay best friend, right? I get to a certain age, it's not going to happen. I'll be a surrogate mother for you. Now, I want y'all to be realistic. She's a random black woman. She has this friend who's a random gay man. We don't even know if he's black. I'll give credit that we don't even know that he's black. He could be black, but he's gay. He could be something else. He could be totally something else. He could be a white man. All right. But, we don't know. What do y'all believe would be the likely way she would become a surrogate for her gay best friend? Her quote unquote gay best friend. Y'all believe they was gonna do something that don't include her having sex with the man? Do y'all believe that? I mean, technically, if women wanted to be, they want to have their gay friend's baby. Okay? I mean, he a dude. He can go into the room, do his thing with himself for a little while, you know, get some baby juice out there, take it to her, and then she could go do her thing somewhere. But there's been many a case where the gay man and the woman, for whatever reason, I'll say it like Trey Bentley said, they got down the old-fashioned way. Okay, they got down the old-fashioned way. Not even necessary when it's a dude. All he got to do is get that baby cream, as they say, and then he can give it to her, and she still could get. But for whatever reason, amongst black men and amongst gay men, amongst black women and gay men, because black women be focused on gay men like a mug. Okay, they do it the old-fashioned way, as they say, instead of just making some baby batter and then giving it to the other person. They, for whatever reason, they got to just do it the old-fashioned way. It will surprise you how many women who hangs out with a gay guy that has had sex with that same gay guy. It would surprise you. Okay? It is what it is. Shout out to Joel Breezy. He says women love a gay man because, like you said, black women love and crave a black man that is compromised. They want control and leverage. They hate to do for self. Strong black brothers. And hey, bro, you definitely keeping it funky on that one. You definitely keeping it funky on that one. So even though, a lot of time people want to feel sorry for black women, when you really look at what's going on in their life, you can see how they end up in certain places, okay? She's an attractive woman that's 34 years old, never been married, has no kids, but she's willing to be her gay best friend, surrogate mother. Y'all think a man who's dealing with her ain't gonna pick up on a certain kind of energy she has around him? And I'm gonna say shout out to the two brothers who actually had a relationship with her, because once I find out you hanging out with your gay best friend, I ain't gonna be too quick to hang out with you. You tell me you with him, I'm gonna say y'all got it. I see you another time. Now, if I start seeing you another time on a regular basis, what's gonna happen? I'm gonna end up with somebody else. Cause you and your gay best friend, y'all cool. Y'all doing y'all thing. I'm not gonna tell you can't hang out with your friend. Okay? You gonna hang out with your friend. I need to find me somebody else who got some time to hang out, though. Just keeping it real. Okay? Just keeping it real. All right? Now, all right, y'all. We had a guest. He said he's dropping off. He gonna come back up. So I was finna let him get off, but he's stepping away. Okay. Shout out to Elder Blood. He says, Roger. I bet you didn't know you are a preacher today, preaching the core essence, foundation, culture, politics, and worship behind Sodom and Gomorrah, written in the Bible. Well, I'm not saying I'm trying to come off as anybody's preacher. I'm just highlighting, these regular looking women who make regular choices and run into regular situations. And it's not about somebody being extreme. She just being herself. Okay? She's just being herself. And even though she had these thoughts when she was younger about how she was going to end up with a husband and a family, her choices don't seem to match that. And she's made choices over time, and they just don't seem to match that. And that's on her at the end of the day. That's on her. Okay. So well, I'll give him a chance just in case. Pastor, you was here first. Are you good or you coming back?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Okay, you just came in real well.
All right. Now, you know, you always get a phone call when you're trying to. Anyway, Roger, she's not an ugly girl. Not an ugly
N-
girl at all. This
Not at all.
may, and it is kind of, is I can see, man, with her not being an ugly girl and thinking that time is on her side, she probably made some reckless decisions. She probably did. She probably took a lot of decent guys for granted. Because, she probably thought she could always get another one. Now she's up in those years where it ain't as easy. She gonna more than likely end up a side piece to a married man. And she could have had more than that.
Okay, that's it. Okay, cool. I'm gonna agree with you that might actually happen. I mean, she's a decent looking chick. She's gonna get lonely. She's gonna make some poor decisions in the future because she didn't secure a husband. I'm not saying it's got to happen that way, but the probability is increasing. I'll say that the probability is definitely increasing. All right, I'm gonna let crazy cat lady downstairs. Crazy cat lady downstairs. I'm gonna give you the flow. Do your thing, my brother. Do your thing.
Happy Wednesday, everybody.
Where's that, brother? Oh.
It's amazing that they make their own choices and say it's quote unquote black girl magic, right? Black girl magic to do all the wrong thing. Let me ask them a few questions. Is it black girl magic when Donald Trump shredded over 300,000 black female jobs? Black girl magic then? Is it black girl magic when they have only 8 cents on every white man's dollar? Is it going to be black girl magic when they don't have enough money to retire on and they will have to work for the rest of their lives? They're gonna have to work till they die. Forget dying alone in a so-called apartment. Nah, they're gonna have to work till they drop dead. Is it black girl magic? Is it black girl magic when they get to see their friends who told them to be quote unquote ultra feminist, having their families growing old, having grandchildren, and they don't have anybody to rely on? They become old, poor, powerless, fat, and forgotten. Is it gonna be black girl magic then? Is it black girl magic when they have a flat tire and no man, hopefully no self-respecting man is looking their way? Is it black girl magic when they get to be just jump offs for the Rogers of the world? You want a Roger, hopefully.
She already got a dog and two cats, I think, brother. I mean, she worked with a lot.
You're not gonna help her buy cat food.
I'm just gonna say I ain't got no pets, brother. I ain't got no pets.
Maybe you can adopt her as a pet.
Shout out to that dog and them two cats, man. Shout out to them. She got a family. Oh. All right. If that's it for your opening statement, let me open up the door. Bad Black Gamer has joined us, so let me give him room to get in. Bad Black Gamer, you got it, my brother.
Hey, good morning, Roger. Salutes to you and salutes to the chat. Hopefully my sound's coming okay. And okay, and I'll wait and get a response.
You good, brother. You good.
Okay, make sure I ain't got too much background noise going on. Yeah, I just want to hit on something that you hit on, a couple things that you mentioned. First of all, you mentioned like they like to read smut. You used to think that they was reading like something, intelligent and just something that kind of raise their vocabulary and their IQ and things of that nature. And I just think they're like you too. When I was a girl reading a book on a bus or something like that, but then I realized they reading like smut, like you said, and in particular like there's like I mentioned, there's this author Zane who happened in real life to be like some like obese black woman. You know what I'm saying? Like if you was to see her in real life, she was like some very overweight black woman. Not even attractive though. But she used to write these stories and stuff that these fantasies, and all it was like literature porn. Put it like that. And that's what a lot of young girls, especially the ones that came up around our age, was reading at that time. You know what I'm saying? And that's basically what they were doing. Cause you just think like, oh, do women watch porn? Not necessarily, but they definitely like they read it on the page on books, if you know what I'm saying. And it's like it's specific to them. You know what I'm saying? It kind of caters to how they mind. How they mind. Like I learned a lot about how women think just by reading those books myself. And things of that nature. So I mean, just put some guys on some game. If you want to kind of learn how they think and get to their head a little bit, just go read like one of their little smuts, their little smut books. You'll learn a lot about how they think too. But on another thing I would like to mention was what I noticed is that women with like gay best friends, they make like the worst decisions in life. Like they're all hoes, but they definitely sleeping around a lot. And they definitely have slept with that gay friend at least once or twice. So I would advise anybody, once you recognize that you see that your girl got a gay male best friend, you might want to take that into consideration. That they probably slept together before in the past. But also they do encourage them to make bad decisions, like when they go on their hot girl trips and stuff like that. They do encourage like the women to misbehave and debauchery and stuff like that. But I'll land my plane right there.
I got to ask you something because you used a very strong word that we don't really use around here. You said they all hoes. You said if she got a gay male best friend, they all hoes. You really believe every single sister who has a best friend that happens to be a gay man, that every single one of those sisters are hoes? That what you believe?
I'm telling you they are.
You said all.
From experience. I'm telling you from experience.
Yes.
Because the male, listen, the male best friends does not give them good advice. Like women don't give each other good advice, but that male best friend, he's telling them like, if the guy cute, he gonna tell them, hey, yeah, you should go F him. You know what I'm saying? Like he's like the devil on their shoulder. You know what I'm saying? Remember like the cartoon when they got like the little white angel on your shoulder and you got like the little devil on your shoulder? That supposed to represent your conscience.
I just want to get clarification that we just not using the word all when it shouldn't be used. It's not a mistake. We ain't just
okay. I'll take it back. I'll say okay.
No, I'm not.
Maybe not all. I'm gonna say 99.5%.
Bro, I am not trying to take it back at all.
No, I got you though. Yeah.
Clarify that we was talking about every single one of them.
Look, I'm putting it like this. I would, if you have to go with, if you put a gun to my head, I'm gonna say yes.
You ain't
if they got a gay male best friend. So, I'll rest my case.
Yeah, you ain't gotta do that. I agree with you, yo, that because, and I think they both lying. I think the alternative guys are lying and the women are lying, and they just blaming men for they STD issues. But the truth is, the gay men are lying and the women are lying too.
Yep.
They lie.
I mean, that's
why they got the highest rate of STDs.
Well, I mean, that's gonna lend to it. That definitely is gonna lend to it. Because when you have a sex with a man who, it's easy for a man to give a woman something than it is for a woman to give a man something. But black women will sleep with gay men, and it's easy for a man to give another man something too. So, and then black women like to sleep with a lot of guys who've been in and out the prison system. And at the end of the day, if you're a guy who's been in and out the prison system, it's a very strong possibility that some man had sex with you while you was doing time. That's a very real thing. But getting back more toward the subject of the show. And brother, I was not trying to get you to take your word back at all. I wasn't trying. I was just
I understand what you're saying. You want to assume that? No, you want to assume that. If you're a straight man, you want to assume that.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
It's in your best interest.
I wasn't even trying to say don't assume it. I was just trying to make sure you said exactly what you meant. That's all I was doing. I was just messing around, making sure you meant exactly what you said. So now, this is the thing, y'all. Okay. I'm looking at this young lady who seems like a very attractive young lady. My best assumption is she was even more attractive when she was younger. I'm pretty sure guys did not have a problem hollering at her or putting themselves around her. Okay, I'm pretty sure that has happened because she's only 34 now when she made this video. She probably was getting approached. Okay, she probably went to school. She definitely had a job, so there was people there to say something to her. It ain't like ain't nobody ever said anything to her. And let's keep it real. Over the last 10 years or so, that whole I'm gonna pick you up from the internet thing has been picking up. Now there was research that said women get approached over 1,000 times in a year. I tend to believe because you have so many people who are going after women online, that number's probably picked up. I forgot exactly what the number was. It might have been like 1,349 times per year the average woman would get approached by a man. But now that you got people approaching people on the internet, I mean, a woman might be getting 50 dudes a day trying to holler at her.
I mean, you gotta count them DMs. Like, how many DMs? Do you count every one of them DMs as an approach?
What? Yeah, that's an approach. If I type out a message directly to you, but not for anybody else, direct, yes, I'm approaching. That's definitely an approach. That's why I say it's probably going up. Because men used to holler at women when we see them, but now with this computer thing, what is it to holler at a chick now? You just sit down at the computer and typing some stuff out. How's that not an approach? If you're trying to get them draws, you're trying to get them draws. So how that wouldn't count? So
because you can send a woman a DM and she like not be online and sleeping. You know what I'm saying?
But
any time of day. You know what I'm saying?
I still approached her though. I still shot my shot. That's an approach.
She won't be able to read it when she wake up.
Exactly. So them being approached is probably going through the roof at this point. Now when I said this was more when people holler at people in the streets and they said the average woman was getting, like I said, I don't really remember the number. It could have been like 1,349, something like that. But I just accepted it was over 1,000 times in a day. And when you think about that, 365 in a year, that ain't even like three approaches a day. You're going to have a crazy number at the end of it. I don't know exactly what 365 times 3 is, but if 3 dudes try to hit you up every single day, you got over 1,000 men. Okay? It ain't that hard to hit 1,000. It really ain't.
Well, you gotta think about it. If you count the DMs as an approach, that means they getting approached. They getting approached by men they not even seeing because they don't see all them DMs.
I'm saying
if they get like 100 DMs a day.
My point is, at this point, it's probably phenomenal numbers of how many times they get approached.
I agree with you.
Back in the day, it was like a little more than 1,000, but now ain't no telling how many guys is approaching them. Okay,
it's probably in the millions that they're on Instagram.
It'll depend on the woman, but women ain't running out of me and trying to holler at them. Now she's an attractive woman, so I cannot assume that guys weren't trying to holler at her. And again, she gave us no timeline on these relationships. She just said it was 2 of them. So that could have been 2-year relationships, but it could have been something where it could have been 2 7-year relationships. We don't have any context. And the thing is, she may quote unquote have been a good girl to not sleeping around when she wasn't in a relationship, but we don't know that's true either. She could have been sleeping around every time she was single. Roger, she just may not have had a relationship.
Roger, women come.
Well, I'm gonna say. My thing is, she the way she talked, I'm gonna say, she sound like she hang around white folks. And I'm gonna say, if you a sister and you hanging around white men, and you trying to have experiences with people before and after work, she talking about, we used to work together, and you could just have a conversation at the car for a half hour. That tells me she probably engaged in some of that behavior. Now, my question is, who was she engaging in that behavior with, and then what did it lead to? Because you was attractive the whole time. So at the end of the day, did you talk to these people and not do nothing with anybody?
That's probably what happened. She was attractive enough for a lot of those guys to want to get an experience or a chance, but she and no fruition came of it. She wasn't able to hold. She wasn't able to maintain a relationship. See, man, but what black women dating white men, I ain't gonna sit here and get mad at them for doing it. But the thing about it is, they can't maintain it. They can't.
What,
They can't maintain white men or black men. It's
what,
A lot of times
well,
they date white men in secret, like
hold
they're
on
sexual
now.
in secret and don't talk
Hold,
about it.
hold on. She never said she dated any of them. She just said I
Right,
had 2 relationships.
So y'all
Now
just
right.
can't tell the truth
we
now.
do not know the color of the men she had relationships with. None of this is I mean, you can assume it was 2 black guys if you want to, but I'm saying if you when you listen to her and listen to the context of everything you're saying, you don't know what the color of these men are. So she could just be in a situation where she's 34 and unmarried because maybe her whole attention was toward white men, and maybe the 2 guys she was with were both white, but you black, I ain't gonna marry you. It's cool to have fun with you for a while, but I can't marry you. I got to go marry a white woman. My family got to continue to improve. We got to get a better legacy going on. I can't marry you, and that's just a very real thing amongst white men. And there's black women who complain about it all the time. At some point, she has to accept that she's an actual black woman, and they just not going to marry them because they're trying to push their families forward. Now, can I
Well,
say?
I've
Well,
seen
can I
black
say
women
this?
successfully marry white guys. I just don't think this in particular one had what it took
Well,
or
let me
was
say
willing to
this.
do.
Well, I don't want to throw everything off on a white guy, but my thing is, yeah, anything's possible. Okay, 0.5% of white men have married black women. 0.5%. Last time I looked, it was 0.5%. So it can happen.
So think
It
about it
ain't
like this,
likely though.
fellas. So think about it like this, fellas. You can't really listen to a lot of what women say. Or if you do, you have to read in between the lines, because they compartmentalize a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? So they'll tell you they only been in 2 relationships, but they won't tell you that they've had 5 one-night stands. You know what I'm saying? They just don't count those one-night stands as relationships, right? Or like they'll tell you they only got 4 bodies, but really they sucked like 8 dicks, and they don't count. I'm sorry, they don't count like I'm probably saying too much on your channel, but they don't count oral as a body. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the thing is, she wasn't presenting us with that information. She
Uh,
gave us the version she wanted us to have, and this is what
right.
a lot of men don't really get. They tell you what they want you to know. She said, I've only had 2 relationships. That has nothing. There's no way I can take that information, have any idea what her sexual life is like, and you didn't even
Right.
give me an idea of how long these relationships went. Because these could have been 2 6-month relationships. She could be,
Yep.
and I'm not even saying what she did as a kid. She could have been 18. She's 34 at the time she made this video, and she could have been with 2 guys in a relationship context. And between those 2 guys, that relationship could be less than a year. I don't know
Yeah.
if she mean 3
For
months,
sure.
3 years, or anything. So, and she purposely didn't give us any context. So my
Right.
thing is, there's literally nothing to feel sad about when it comes to these women. They choose to be in these. I mean, the woman said she was applying for jobs she didn't even want to take. Am I supposed to believe that a woman like this makes intelligent decisions? Well, the jobs called me back, but they wasn't giving a living wage. You applied. What are you talking?
That
Who
Well,
means she
first of
applied
all,
for a
probably
job
living.
they
She
don't
Roger,
like?
probably
Roger, she's probably. You also got to think on like this. She's probably not telling the truth about anything.
Well, I mean,
she probably
she's a
not.
woman. That's always somewhat understood. But I wanted to look into this. Is a lady giving us like not necessarily a day in the life of a woman, but she's giving us a background where you can, there's going to be a lot of women who are going to be just like her or close to her at the end of the day. So my thing is, I'm just looking at her choices.
That's
You're
probably her
34
parents.
years old. You only then had 2 quote unquote relationships. You're not an ugly chick. See, I understand an ugly chick not pulling nobody. I understand the fat chick that ain't pulling nobody. Heck, I can
Right.
even understand the woman with 4, 5 kids already, and she ain't pulling nobody. She don't have none of these problems.
Roger, don't believe your lying eyes.
She might be weird.
No, she
Roger.
definitely weird. It ain't no mic to that. She a widow, man. That's the thing. She hasn't come to terms with the fact that she weird yet.
Like you might sit down with her and just be like, why am I even here?
But how many guys still gonna hit? You see what I'm saying? You might not want to deal with a
Probably, I
long
mean,
term, but you might.
probably 80, 90%.
Well, guys
I don't
don't
know.
really talk to women that they ain't gonna try to hit. But my thing is that's
Right.
beside the point. She still has control over all these different things, and she's sitting here contemplating on how does she make it to 34, and she ain't got no husband. You see what I'm saying? So my thing is, we got to look at that. Well, my thing is, I'm focusing on that part. Now, I'm gonna say it's sad that you made it to 34 before you sat here and had a real conversation with yourself about why you ain't got no husband. Because you should have been had this conversation. Remember, she said, I was like, what she say, 28 when she was talking to her gay friend, talking about I'll be your surrogate if ain't nothing pop by 28. I mean, come on, man. Why are your numbers that high? You know, now if you was averaging 28 in a basketball game, that sounds pretty good. But a woman saying, I'm willing to have your baby when I'm 28, like your numbers ain't even supposed to be that. You should have been married at 22. That's number one on the real. You got plans to have a baby for a gay man when you're 28 years old, but you focused on getting married. How do you do both of those things at the same time? Why would you even have the idea that I'll have a baby for a gay man and you in your 20s?
That's crazy, yo. She slept with a gay man. Come on, dog. And she had a mama. She had
She,
her
she
parents' house,
definitely
right?
did.
She had her parents' house right now. That ain't her. That ain't even her house.
No, I think she said that's her place. I
She
think she did
lying
say
right
that's
now.
her place.
That's her parents' place. So it's
I
her.
mean,
She lived there her life.
it could. No, I believe, if my memory is correct, I believe she said she has a 1-bedroom apartment. But this is the thing. She is weird. And that's why she in the position she in. See, my thing is we don't have to always attack women like they just doing something extra bogus. She's just coming across as a normal young woman. But look what a normal black woman looks like. That's what I'm saying. Let's look at the normal black woman's lifestyle. She's just
So
having
you
to be
saying they
one of
socially
these
awkward?
normal black women. Yes, there's a certain ideology that they carry. They don't have to be these horrible people, you know what I'm saying, to carry an ideology that doesn't make sense. Now, the thing is, she got to 34 years old before she's having a real discussion with herself, at least as far as we can tell, on why she is single. You know, she don't have the kids she wanted. She don't have the lifestyle she wanted. Now, I look at her and I don't see no glaring reason why these things were quote unquote kept from her. So to me, it's just the person she is. She ain't got a bunch of kids, which me and have concern with. She's not overweight, which me and are concerned with. She ain't ugly, which me and are concerned with. Okay. Truth be told, she's not even coming across in the video as a person with a horrible attitude. I ain't saying she don't have one, but she's not coming across that way in this particular video. But it's harder to tell when you got one person just talking by themselves. But there is nothing glaring in her situation that says she couldn't get the thing she says she wanted. And that
So
needs
she
to be
just
examined by me and too.
so she's just introverted and awkward.
I mean, you could come to that conclusion. I can't say that would be a poor conclusion to come to based on how she comes across. So that could very well be her case. But I think she's just a regular black chick. And a lot of regular black chicks don't see how they're problematic if you actually want a husband one day and you actually want kids one day, which she said she wanted, you know. But we got Soul that then came up. So let me slow down and let him get a opening statement in. You got the flow, Soul. How you doing, brother?
Doing all right. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you fine.
Yeah, I've seen this girl in the niggaverse before. So when I saw the thumbnail, I was like, oh boy. I was like, oh boy, you done found her. But you made a comment about her being weird or a weirdo, quirky, that type of chick. The reality is, and this is my experience, that sadly, these type of quirky, nerdy, maybe oddball chicks, you would think would match with their equivalent opposite, right? But with white people, right? that's what they tend to do. You know, like if you have a quirky white chick or whatever, usually a quirky white chick will link up or match with a quirky white dude. Pretty much. That's like pretty common. Of course, some quirky white chicks may link up with the superficial white dude Chad, right? But a quirky, nerdy, weirdo black chick, you just can't assume that with them. Just from my experience. I mean, even when I was in college and I went to HBCU, I did not see that. I mean, every now and then you would see it, but after post college, that wasn't a thing. And I mean, like you said, she's just your normal black chick. That's what I think dudes should just label her as. And it's kind of weird because, you know, the quirky Indian chick will most likely match with the quirky Indian dude, you know, with the sandals and who works in IT or something like that. But these type of chicks, you would think, oh, there must be tons of, you know, quirky black dudes that she can link up with or match with, you know, get serious with, but that's not her type. Like her type is probably not the same equivalent to her, which logically wouldn't make sense, but hey, that's what, you know, preferences and, you know, that's what, you know, different likes and stuff like that. But from my experience, I just don't see the quirky black chick matching up with the quirky black dude. It's just usually not. I usually don't see that at all, but that's my thought.
Okay, interesting thoughts. Now I'm gonna say this, y'all. Well, first of all, shout out to my main man, a Great Black Reset. He hit me with $20 on the Cash App. He said, "Brad money, super chat." Nah, brother, ain't gonna be no bribing around these parts. But I appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you because he dropped 20 on there. And shout out to Inspired Truth Broadcast, who also dropped 5. Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you very much. I definitely appreciate it. Now, I'm gonna say this. She did say something about her being quirky or awkward. To me, that don't count because there is no woman who's truly quirky or awkward. All of them are funny in some kind of way because they're women. And our societies allow women to do a lot of stupid stuff. And we don't say nothing about it because we want pussy. Let's be realistic about this, y'all. A woman can leave the house in pajama pants and some big old slippers made of some character with goofball eyes on them and everything and go out and we ain't gonna say nothing. Why? Because we want pussy.
But Roger.
And she did though.
What woman ain't weird? If you actually think about what weird is, meaning you're totally awkward for a society, what woman don't do weird stuff? They all do it.
They all do socially awkward stuff. They do.
And we don't say nothing.
I think there's a difference, though. I think there's some normal women and there's like super quirky, like, you know, weirdo ones.
I mean,
there's a difference.
You can have an extreme oddball. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we gonna say that's true, but you know, when I'm saying weird or something, I'm saying going outside of the norm of a woman. You know, for our society, all of them do crazy stuff. And that's every single one of them do crazy. And we accept it because we want pussy. If we gonna be real about this, you know what I'm saying? Because we will make fun of a guy for doing something. If you was, you know, when you still was young enough and people got on buses and whatnot and trains and you did that on a regular basis, if a guy come on there in an outfit that just ain't acceptable, people gonna get on. If a woman get on a bus and she got an outfit that ain't accessible, a lot of times we ain't gonna say squat. Now we might say something if she fat, we might say something if she ugly, because in our minds, we're not gonna lose anything by saying something to her. But if she's attractive enough to have sex with, you probably gonna let it go.
Yeah, that's true. There's no cap with that.
So when she say she's awkward, my thing is, number one, she can't even determine whether she's awkward or not. A man would have to do that. She look like a normal woman right now. You know, we saw a shot of her sitting down at the very beginning of the video. She got a t-shirt on and some shorts. It's nothing weird going on in that situation. She's not talking like a particular weirdo. My thing is just, if you see what she's saying, you should be able to discover why she can't get what she says she should have had, which is a husband and some kids at this particular point. Mentally, it ain't there.
The guys around her told her she weird. We might not see it, but the people around her have said it to her.
I'm just
She,
saying, don't be surprised. Her type is like the superficial, like dude that would pop up on a Pop the Balloon episode or some bullshit. That's what I'm thinking. Her type might be the most superficial thing you could probably even think of.
And to me, that would make sense. That would make all the sense in the world to me. She don't have no man, but she's definitely had the ability to get male attention. That's what I'm saying. She didn't give us a range in these relationships, which she didn't want to do for whatever her reason is, you know. And when you talk about just 18 to 34, and you say, well, I've only been in two relationships, well, that's a whole lot to mess with at the end of the day. And it does not mean that she had two long-term relationships. Them relationships could have been short, or one could have been long, the other one could have been short, or they both could be considered somewhat long, but they could have only been like 5 years apiece, which is only 10 years. Okay, so she still got plenty of room to deal with other men when it comes down to it. So why don't she have a husband? The thing is, it's really who she is as a person. Because it ain't her looks. Her looks ain't keeping her from no man.
Yeah, you know? and her being quirky is no issue at all, like you said. So
exactly. There's plenty of men that's gonna sit through a lot of stuff with a chick they like. You know, I mean, every dude here. When did you actually sit through your first romantic comedy? Did you go to the movie yourself and pick that, or did you sit through that because some woman wanted to see it? I mean, be real with yourself. You know, I didn't see romantic comedies too. Why? Because that's what some girl wanted to see. It is what it is.
Or you pick it out because that's going to impress her.
This dude should just not. I mean, because I saw this in college a lot. The chicks that are, I'm quirky, I'm this, I'm that. Of course, some of us, quirky niggas like that shit, but that doesn't mean we're their type. That just doesn't mean that. You can't assume that.
No, I always thought that the quirky girls dated athletes. I never thought. I mean, like I agree with you, but I've always seen especially as far as black people, I always like the quirky ones. I always dated. They always dated athletes. Like, you know, that just is what I thought that was normal. I was an athlete in high school and I dated quirky chicks. Not this weird, but you know,
it's hard to factor what a quirky chick is because men like women. And we look past a lot of stuff because we like that woman. So what woman is really considered quirky? She's an attractive woman. She got a decent body. She ain't got a bunch of kids. There is no holding up. Now, the attitude is the other major thing that black men don't like. She don't even come across like she have an attitude. But I do grant it's a lot easier for her to do that because she's not talking to a person. She's only talking to a camera. So it's a lot easier to be nice when nobody else is in the room with you. So I'll grant her that, you know. But what I'm saying is she's just a girl that makes poor decisions about men. You know, and the fact that she had a gay best friend that she would even be talking to. Number one, you're going to a gay man for conversations about a man you like.
That's crazy.
What can a gay man offer you about a man you like? He's not in a straight relationship. He's trying to get a man to live an alternative lifestyle so he can get his desires met. So how he gonna help you with a straight man?
He's just gonna tell her to sleep with him. That's all. That's the only advice he can give her.
Nah, man. If she's trying to learn,
you'll have to say that again. So let Bad Back ever repeat that before you say that. So just so I always can hear what
the only advice a gay man's gonna give like a woman, like a woman friend, all he's gonna do is say, "Oh, he's cute. You should sleep with him." You know, he's not gonna really give her too much more advice than that. He's just gonna encourage her to, go and get down. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know what else he could really say. If he trying to suck his own dick, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what he gonna tell her.
Chill. Yeah, chill.
That's what I'm saying. He gonna tell her to do some shit he would do, which is crazy.
I'm saying, right. I'm saying it like that, not to be sensational, but to remind people what's really going on here. He's trying to find his own dick to suck.
Man.
So why are you talking to a man who trying to find his own dick to suck about some man that's straight?
Because she want to know what he would do And so she can go do it.
But people are right. I mean, she's saying she's this and that, but we don't know her real life anyway. I mean, we don't. If she's claiming she's
Yeah,
this,
we
she's
can't
this.
take it. We take everything she's saying with a grain of salt because
Yeah,
we don't
face
really know.
value.
Yeah.
There's
She's
no.
she's telling us what she wants us to hear. She's not telling us what the whole truth.
What for me is I automatically know what the problem is. It's who she is as a person. Because I can look at her and tell it ain't a weight problem. If I believe that she don't have any children, I know it's not the kids. She said because she has spent so much time out of work that she was living on her savings. So I don't think she got a super big debt problem. She still could have some debt, but she, even in the debt that she acquired, whether it be from school or anything else, she still was able to save some money at some point that she was living on when the job income wasn't there. So I don't think her debt is even crazy. I ain't saying it doesn't exist. I just don't think it's crazy. Which tells me what? The problem, her. It's who she is as a person. Her attitude. It may not be she may not be super arrogant, but I'm gonna say she probably is. She probably looks at herself and believes she's supposed to be with somebody way better than the guys that actually talk to her. So she probably is super arrogant, you know, even though if it didn't come off that way to us as she put this particular video together. But again, she's talking to a camera, she's not talking to a person. And it's a lot easier for a woman to come across better without another person being in the room because you don't see how she responds to anything. It's just her. It's just her own thoughts.
A lot of these channels are popping up too. You know, the decent, pretty women claiming they don't have, they can't find their type and all that bullshit. I mean, once again, like you said, face value. We don't know what the hell who they denied. We don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know their options or all that other stuff. You don't know. Just take it as just don't take it seriously, really.
Well, I think
Generation Z's got a lot of women like this right now. Like they into anime, they play video games, like they into the nerdy stuff. Like I see a lot of Generation Z women like this.
Well, my thing is, I think it's just they don't accept who they are. As a woman, your level is the guys that want to mate with you. That is your level. Women be trying to, for whatever their reasons are, and I get it's trying to get a better deal. They try to determine their own level to men. No, you're as valuable as I say you are. That's it. That's just how the world works. Women don't want to accept that. She want to say, well, I'm as valuable as I like to deem myself. No, you're valuable as a man say you are. Because that's how relationships. If I have no interest in you, you have zero value to me. That's simple at the end of the day. And again, it ain't like women out here trying to talk about, they're not out here bragging they looking for a man to take care of. So if you don't want to take care of nobody and you want to be taken care of, your value is going to deem from the people who are willing to take care of you. And if people don't see you that way, it's just because you're not valuable or you're not that valuable. Your value is very low, and women just don't want to accept that their value is as low as what it actually is. You know, but I'm gonna turn it over to Tunnel Runner because he came up, and then we're gonna get Creator in there right after because I'm about to bring him on stage. Tunnel Runner, you got it, brother.
How you doing, sir? How you doing?
Fantastic, brother.
Yeah, I mean, I think she told on herself. She's reading these books that where the guy with the 6 foot tall guy with the six figures and with all the charisma finds the weird girl, the weird girl or the girl that's different, very different. He finds her out of nowhere, and for some reason, he just falls in love with her and does everything that she wants to, and overlooks all of her her deficits. You know, that's the books that she's been reading. That's how she grew up. And then she's now, as she's getting older, she realizes that you got to have a plan. You're gonna have to compete for that man. That man just not gonna just walk into your life. That you're gonna have to actually put yourself in positions that you can find that man. And I think she overlooked a lot of guys that are at her level, or or that are that would be a good match. I think she overlooked those guys because she was looking for this fantasy stuff. She's trapped in the matrix. She's trapped in these situations that she thinks is going to just fall into her lap, and she doesn't understand that it's work that you have to pursue, and that you're going to have to put yourself in situations to let people know that you're ready and that you're willing and that you might have to overlook some things, that nobody's perfect out here. And I think those books and stuff that she's been reading, and the dog's taking attention away from her, trying to find a mate, she's just doing everything that's wrong to find a man that would marry her and give her some babies. She's just going about it the wrong way. And by having these that's why a lot of the system is set up with these alternative lifestyles and people getting with them. They're a little bit confused with their own thing, what they're doing, what biology would say. So they could be confusing to have them in your life, because they're not actually, they're it's alternative. It's not the way that we have been going about it for many years. It's a different lifestyle. And that by that being her best friend, you understand that she could be getting manipulated in the wrong ways of how to find a man.
I appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. We're going to give it to creator, like I said. You got the flow, my brother?
Creator, go.
You on mute, brother. You on mute.
Yo. Can you hear me? Mic check 1 2 1 2.
You good now, brother. You good now.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. I got a new phone, boy. I got rid of the Obama phone, y'all. I didn't upgrade it. I didn't upgrade it to the Trump phone.
Congratulations, brother. Congratulations. We all making strides. We making strides.
Oh my goodness. Hello.
We hear you, brother. We hear you fine.
Oh, that Trump phone get him. That Trump phone get him.
Yeah, we heard you fine.
Mic check.
We hear you. Can you hear us?
You got me problems.
Bro, you sound fine. Go ahead and make your statement. You sound fine. Maybe you can't hear me, y'all. Somebody else tell him the same thing.
I think he needs a new phone. I
hear you just fine.
He on mute again. He on mute again.
I need to go return that.
Maybe I have to go back to the Obama phone. That Obama phone.
That Trump phone ain't no better.
Maybe
you need to go back.
Y'all. Maybe some folks need the grandkids help with that new technology.
Hey, is my phone working? Is this phone working? Hey, tell me if the can you hear me on the other side of the tin can?
We hear you.
Yeah, we hear you, brother.
Hey, man, listen, I watched that little video of that lady, and that is crazy. That is really, really crazy. And I think one thing that I picked up on was what Roger was talking about was her lifestyle. It's her. It's her. That is like indicative of most of the women in these situations. They feel that entitlement, and I deserve this, and I'm looking for that, and got all these rules and regulations. Meantime and in between time is moving, and it ain't your friend. Youth is fleeting, and then you look up, boy, and you're 30 plus, and you're not all these rules and regulations you had. If people not meeting up to them, you start to realize, hey, you know what? Am I delusional? You start to ask those questions, and you are. And then you got a gay best friend. And you told this gay man that you're going to let him have some kids by you if things don't work out right. Like, that's, to me, that's a mental disability in itself. That you would just, that would even be an option in your life. But women, I'm here to tell you,
that's how you become
all
a crazy
those rules
cat.
and regulations, you're going to have to get rid of them.
That's how you become a crazy cat lady. What are you talking about?
Wait, did she really say that?
Change your standards.
Yes.
It's obvious.
God,
especially black women. Or we won't have no kids out here. There'd be a whole bunch of cat loving, puppy loving, horny ass old women out here.
So she's willing to get dick down by glitter dick and get some kids with that?
She said that if he wants to have kids, and once she gets to 28, she'll be willing to have kids for him. Now, I don't know how you younger than 28, because you say, well, if I get to 28, so that automatically you're younger than 28.
Mic check.
And you're considering having babies for gay men. That sound like that. I mean, you do sound off on that one.
Roger, let me ask you something right quick.
Go ahead, bro.
Damn.
Yeah, just right quick. Like, okay, so you mean like you can't find no low hanging fruit to have kids with, like other than a gay dude? Like, I mean, I'm pretty sure there's some plenty of dudes out there, Pookies are out there, or something like that. You can find to have some kids with that a better option than having kids with a gay man.
Well,
she's not a Pookie lover.
Hold on.
You can see that. She's a Brad. Look like a Brad lover. I could be wrong, but I think she's a Brad lover.
I'm gonna say based on results,
90% of her problem is she's a
Brad
based
lover.
on her
results, she probably
she's
is
a Brad lover. She got a certain type of Brad, certain type of aesthetic that she's going for, and if it ain't that, then it's not winning to her.
Wait a second. But who are there black chicks that allow gay white dudes to impregnate them?
Oh, yes.
They allow.
I'm pretty sure there is.
Do all kind of stuff. What do you mean?
Oh, I didn't know that. Holy shit! All right.
You can see how like so, man. These type of women, and again, I'm not bashing. I don't want it to come across like I'm bashing. I am punching a little bit though, but I ain't bashing. You know the telltale signs when they are more in love with their pet than human interaction. Right? That when she stopped, it's like she's having a fit. Like that's the extent of a relationship to these people. And I think somebody said it earlier, she could be socially awkward. But I think the biggest one is she's a Brad lover. She loves Brad.
And
that might be a problem.
Roger, that's why she can't find the guy she likes. Yeah, this woman should have got
men, bro. Over the past 34 years, she had 2 men, and both of those men was an accumulative 2 years. So out of 34 years, she spent 2 years with in a relationship with a man, and she didn't say what color the man was. She didn't mention it.
We didn't know the time frame.
I could be wrong.
No, we don't know the time frame.
Those 2 were Brads.
She did say
she had a problem with black men. Even if she had a problem with black men ain't tripping. You gotta tell me no, baby. You looking like what we want. So you're gonna have to tell me no. Even though she got locks. Again, she wants a certain type of aesthetic. She has no job, but I did look at her views. She had 300, almost 400,000 views on that video. So, that could be, her not having a job could be subject, but she's looking at her future.
I just don't.
Real estate, she's still young. She's only 34.
I just don't believe her. I don't believe her type is not in her inbox.
And figure out what it is she wants. But the clock is ticking. If she's at 44 talking this same stuff, that's a problem for real. And
so the thing is, I think the problem is the only 2 times that she'll be able to date a white guy. I think that's what it is. Which is the guy she wants.
Hold fast. Did she say she only been with men for 2 years? The relationship.
So this is what a lot of women dealing with right now.
She said the total. She said the.
We want, but men.
Like, slow down, Creator.
He going, yeah, he going.
Crooked toe. Right? Yeah. Her breath stink, but it's only in the morning time. You know what?
That boy in his flow state right now.
In her face, when we roll over. There are certain things we can
enjoy that new phone.
But women have this visual, and she says she's ADD, so there's some OCD in there. So she has this vision in her head of the type of man she want to be with, or the type of man she should be with. And it's like she said, she was young and thinking, I'm looking for love and I'm looking for the handsome prince to come sweet. And that just it's not going to happen. That's not reality for most of us. Most of us find the people that, can deal with our retarded asses. And I think that's what it is. She finds the men, figure out where she's flawed, right, mentally. And they like, you know what? It's just too much for me. I can't do it.
I just don't believe that her type is not in her inbox at all. I just don't believe it.
She got people in the inbox for sure. She definitely got people in the inbox.
Hold fast, guys. I want to make sure. I'm trying to get certain stuff established.
I got several guys that wouldn't mind, taking her to that level. But again, once they get in that mind, once they figure it, again, you know how we are. We know what you are in that mind. We can assess immediately. And whether we want to move forward with what we discover, right, is another thing. they discover, and it may take them a little while, but then they discover, well, you know what, this is not what I want, and won't even give it an opportunity. I'm saying men, a lot of men, because we looking for legacy, we're not just looking to freak something, unless it is just freaking something, but usually we looking for legacy. We looking for something for the long haul, something stable. I don't want nothing that everybody that had, all that comes into play. So again, we capitulate to a degree, right? Because you willing to surrender to our plan. If you're willing to surrender our plan, well, we can overlook a lot of things, or we can work on some things that are challenging. A lot of women don't want to do that. They don't want to build a nigga.
Right.
All right,
Now,
J Dub,
build a
let's get
nigga.
J
They
Dub
don't
in.
want to do no building.
everybody stop.
And that's
Everybody
just what
stop.
it is. So I say all this money
Okay.
y'all making,
I
all
don't
this
think you can
knowledge
hear me.
that
Roger,
you
just
gain,
one person.
has
Roger ain't
nothing
no
to do with men that's
everybody.
around.
Roger, good
Oh,
grief.
no,
Hell,
he
look
can't
like
hear
y'all
me.
not even investing in each other.
Yeah, he can't hear me.
Y'all
That's
got
all.
all the money and y'all
I'm
not
trying to let him
conglomerating
finish.
together to come together to
But
build
even if he
even the
can't
type
hear,
of
man,
men
he's
that you
been
say
talking
that you
for a
want,
while,
Yeah,
bro.
even for the
hold
future. So y'all not even
I'm trying
coming
to get you
together
in, J
to
Dub.
invest
No,
in these
hold
boys
on,
that
y'all.
y'all having,
Y'all, hold on.
right?
Chill,
So that they can be
chill.
better men in the future. That's not what you're doing. It always go back to
That Trump phone, you talk, it can't hear, it
No,
can't
no, no.
listen.
It's cool. I just kicked him off. Hopefully he'll just come back because he clearly can't hear me. So he need to reset his phone. Okay. Now I'm gonna say because I gotta get Jado in here. And Jado, did you just say she did say those two relationships only equal to 2 years? Did she say that?
Two and a half, if I'm not mistaken. I think 2.5. Yep.
Okay, so we do have a range, and that's a very short range. Yeah, he coming back. So that means she's had a lot of room to play with stuff. There's no telling how many men she's been with, because and I'm not talking about as a child. 18 to 34 is a long time. Okay, that's 16 years that you've been out here on the market. 2.5 of those years was these two guys you had the relationship. I can accept that. Okay, cool.
Don't forget
But the
about the
rest of
gay
that time,
relationship with the gay man. She did have a gay friend. We don't know the extent of that.
Hey, creator, bro. Hey, come on, dog.
now hold back. I'm gonna get a floor to Jado because Jado just came up, so I want to let Jado get in. But I'm just trying to make sure because I said something different earlier, and y'all know I don't like false narratives. So we did get a time frame of what it was. 2 guys, 2.5 years. So for the rest of that 16 years, there's really no telling how much been going on. And I think that speaks to a lot because, now how many men traffic through her in about 60. She been on the market 16 years at 18. We take 2 off, so that's 14 years. If you give it an actual half, you say 13.5 years. That's a lot of time to be with a lot of men. She could really be a hoe at this particular point. Not saying she is, but she really could be. We got to say it's a huge chance that she's a hoe by this time. But Jado, go ahead and
My
get your open
calculations.
statement.
Yeah, what's up, fellas? Everybody in chat, replay gang as well. Yeah, I think it's a 99.99% chance she's a hoe, Roger. If I don't know, I felt like I did waste a lot of time looking at that video. The first part of your video is you showing your buns, man. So what else am I supposed to think? I see your buns, and that was very that was very deliberate, very well planned out. I see buns. I mean, they were decent buns, nothing to write home about. We say a lot. 2 words we use quite a bit: crazy and hoe, man. And I think a lot of times we don't really know what we're saying most of the time. That's including me. Like a lot of times we have a picture of crazy of some like bag lady screaming and yelling. She's dirty and she's homeless and whatever she's just out on the street. And yeah, obviously she's crazy, but crazy comes in all types of shapes, forms, and fashions, man. And this is what we're dealing with. She's hiding behind, and again, I'm not a scientist or psychologist or anything like this, neurodivergent. I don't know if that's supposed to be the same as autism or just another term that this the latest term that some people are hiding behind, man. You're just crazy, man. And again, that may sound like I'm being I guess insensitive or whatever. She's just crazy, man. And she's lying about the two dudes, man. And then she said her boss, her manager said something about her being a hoe at work. Like maybe she was really on to stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Man, these women have a lot. It's like going to a restaurant. They have 1,000 items on the menu, and they're overwhelmed with so many choices, so many things that's been inserted into their head, into their subconscious and conscious, man, to where you just gotta leave them alone, man. And I guess lastly, I'll say, yeah, these pets, they cling on to these pets. Because, man, look, man, black people, maybe I grew up in a different black America, man. We just got started really getting into dogs like this the last 15, 20 years, maybe 25 years.
Yeah.
But especially these women, man, they can't deal with real day-to-day sustained human interactions, man. They can't be intimate with a person. So a dog is just gonna sit there and shut up if you feed it, man. And that's it. So I'll end right there. Thanks for having me on, Roger.
Hey, appreciate you being here. Now, I want to say, a lot of times women give you a narrative, and as men, we accept a narrative and we run with it. She did say this neurodivergent thing. Shawty, you was a cute chick. Guys hollered. You turned them down. Or you just took a lot of dick. But you never put yourself in position to be a wife. It's that simple at the end of the day. She's not ugly. She ain't got a bunch of kids. If she's telling you anywhere near the truth, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, her debt can't be crazy. She could have some debt, but she said because she wasn't working, she was living off savings. So she do have a man to save something. So her debt can't be super crazy. All right. She doesn't have the typical black women problems, you know, the stuff that I now call black girl ugly. She don't have that as a problem. You know, now I'm gonna say when it comes to her attitude, yeah, we don't know it because we don't see her interacting with anybody. I'm gonna say it is her attitude, because the way you see yourself and the way you see yourself in comparison to other people, it may not be attitude like you would think a black woman yelling, screaming at people. No, she just may carry it a different way. But if you think you're above all these niggas you around, and you know, I'm saying she's looking at black men, seeing them as niggas. If you think you're above them, yeah, that's gonna be a problem for you after a while. And if she's trying to get somebody other than a black man and she can't secure that either, that means, yeah, it's her. It's about who she is as a person is why she don't have a husband.
And I don't think it was any coincidence. Maybe that's already covered this. Like you mentioned, he was kind of fixated a little bit on David Spade. You know, like that. I guess he was on SNL right before or whatever. Some white, like that's not coincidental, man.
Every man she mentioned was white.
Okay, yeah. So that's definitely not coincidental. See, it's just too many things going on with her, man. But the reality is, I'm always acidic, Roger and the fellas. She still has ample opportunity to get a man, to get a husband.
Well, she had it at 34 years old. It ain't gonna be the same now.
No, it's not gonna be the same.
Ain't saying she can't make it happen, but you know, if you want to accept reality in your 20s, it's gonna be a hard time accepting in your 30s when you much older. Mm-hmm. That baby making magic she was talking about ain't really there yet. She said it herself. She meet a guy tomorrow. She ain't having the first baby till she about 37, based on her timeline. That is problematic at the end of the day. For a lot of men, that's definitely gonna be problematic. But I'm gonna slow down because Dr. Shea Butter done came up. So I'm gonna let him get the mic for his opening statement. But go ahead, my brother. Go ahead.
Welcome, good doctor.
Black Power, my good brother. Black Power. Shout out to the
Black Power, brother. Black Power.
Dr. Shea Butter. What college is that?
Just it's Howard, my brother Howard. So shout out to my good, beautiful black people. Hope everybody's doing well, alive, and healthy, and with a good black woman. And I'm gonna say this. Shout out to the queen. She good looking. She don't look funky. She got a good head on her shoulders. You know what? Maybe look, man, look. Every woman's gonna say they're gonna do something. Until you throw that rod up in them. Once you throw that rod up in them, give them a good dirty Sanchez, dirty French fry. You know what I mean? They're gonna say, "Yeah, daddy, whatever you need." See, and that's the thing, man. We as black men gotta get on our job and start piping these girls up to submission. Piping them till they fall asleep. And once you start piping them till they fall asleep, we ain't got no problem. You see? We're gonna sit there and talk to them and no. Pipe them down till they fall. Everybody in chat, type it up. Pipe them down till they fall asleep. That is the answer. That's it, brothers. That's all y'all need to do. Because this sister, of course she wants. You don't think she wants to get her shit cracked? Of course she does. You just say, yeah, baby, yeah, get on your knees and open your mouth. That's all you need to do. Then afterwards, she's ready to marry you. She's ready to do what you want to do. But we as black men have forgotten how to pipe it down till they go to sleep. My Pastor Michael Nat, Black Power, brothers and sisters.
Hey, doctor. Hey, maybe later, but dirty French fry? I haven't heard of that one, man. You have to,
I don't know what that is. But
you got to hit.
Hey, man. See, we done lost our way, niggas. We lost our way.
Now, I'm gonna say in this particular scenario, because she said she had her own place. I don't think sex is the issue. She ain't married because of a lack of sex. That hasn't stopped her from getting married because of some lack of sex. She had her own place. What you do when you get your own place? You get your own place so you can have sex. That's reality. She's a cute chick. I'm pretty sure she's been piped down many a time, especially if she was on them relationships and it was only like 2.5 years total. That's a whole lot of room to get piped down.
Roger, no, she might have had sex, but she hasn't been piped to sleep. Okay. No way.
Who proposes? Based on what you're saying, that's like why she won't propose.
No, all I'm saying is that the reason I'm pretty sure she has been proposed to. I'm pretty sure she's been proposed to.
You could be right. That's a huge assumption.
Hey, Roger, I'm sorry, real quick. I know this is something she didn't say, but this is something I suspect, man. I've been around many women quite like this, similar to this, but they don't talk about their same-sex tryst or whatever. They never talk about that. Well, sometimes they do. Let me take that back. She didn't talk about that. And sometimes they do freaky stuff with the animals that they live with.
Oh yeah.
And maybe I'm going a little too far with that, but I know it happens.
Especially those white chicks, they love that shit. That's when animals.
Listen, man, if you were a real one, if she like her tryst with the other one, you're
right, Doc. You're right, Doc.
No.
Right there.
I ain't gonna put nobody business out there, but I told y'all I don't work where white folks live. So I'm just gonna say some stuff was happening with some big dogs. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh shit.
So it is what it is on that note. But I don't want to hit up with a bunch of there's a little bit of speculation, but to me, this is just a chick that's not super extreme. So it's kind of hard to see why she doesn't need any sympathy. And she just make poor choices, and that's really why she's in the situation she's in.
Hey, Roger, the exterior makes it look like it's not extreme. Like I said, it's not the bag lady screaming at herself, bro.
Hold on, but we're not. Well, hold on, we know this woman, right? Because she is the male therapist that crashed out on, I forgot where she crashed out, and that's how she lost her job. So, like, this is not a random thing. She actually lost her
I
job.
know nothing about this woman. This is
No,
on
This
a
is not
video.
the same woman. This is
Is
not the same woman. That's not her. That's not her. I know who you're
are you
talking
sure
about.
it's
That's not
not
her.
the one that
I'm
was
100%
a
sure
black
that's not the
Yeah,
person?
same one.
this
I know
definitely
exactly who
not
you're
the
talking about.
same.
It's not the
But
same one.
it
Okay,
might as
okay.
well be. It might as well be though.
Yeah. My thing is, this is just a regular black woman. She's not extreme in any way off what other black women are. She's the
There's
average
a
black woman
reason.
is unmarried, and men don't want to marry her for a reason. And the
Let
thing
me.
is not this picture that it's a bunch of ghetto ratchet women. No, this is just a regular chick, and nobody wanted her either. Now I kind of see why nobody want her based on the stuff she's saying, and I'm just giving people a chance to talk about it. But to me, it's kind of obvious.
No, but we know that women turn down proposals, though. We do know that,
Well,
right?
she didn't even say she turned one down. She didn't even offer that.
I'm pretty sure she has been.
Bro, if you turn down a proposal, you're an idiot. You've been with a guy long enough and had enough sex with him and acted like you wanted to be with him in a way that he would be comfortable enough to even go buy a ring and propose in the first place. And if you tell that guy no, you are a problem. You're kind of a crazy person.
No, I disagree with that because if you say yes to a guy that you don't like, that guy is going to go through hell. I would never want a man to be with a woman who never really wanted to be with him. So
Well,
I'm happy they say no.
I gotta let these other guys in, but there's no way in the world I would give a woman an impression I want to marry her, and I don't want to. No, at some point you just crazy. You gave somebody an impression it was a good idea to buy a ring and ask you for your hand in marriage. If you did all that, something wrong with you when you don't want to marry that guy. You did a whole lot for a guy you don't want to marry. That's not sane behavior. I'm just saying, bro, that's not sane behavior. That's crazy.
But women are crazy.
So let's stop trying to brush off the fact that they're crazy. If you would be with a man who's willing to buy a ring and propose, and you say no, something wrong with you.
No, but if I propose to a woman and she really don't want to be with me, and she say no, at the end of the day, that benefits me, bro. That benefits me.
No, you missing the whole point. The point is you're crazy to get a man comfortable enough to even do that. But him to even save up money to go buy you a ring because you think you even worthy of even asking a question to is crazy. And you don't want to marry him.
Women women have ignored the word of God, which is crazy. So I mean, come on.
Roger,
so my thing is, let's not make an excuse for them and just accept they are as crazy as we see them as. That's you a nut job to be with some man long enough that he's comfortable enough to actually propose, and you said no. You a nut job.
But it's to his benefit though.
No, it doesn't make a difference. The point is she's a nut job.
It does make it different. It does though.
The only point I'm making is she's a nut job. Any woman who would turn down a proposal is a nut job.
Man, I can't.
Can I get my 2 minute in while y'all?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I got other brother who need to get in too. So yeah, go ahead. I can't correct niggas. Go ahead, brother, because I see you in the chat saying y'all got it all wrong. So smooth us out, brother.
Well, first of all, Roger, you was wrong on when you and Hostos was talking. She might not even gave that nigga any signals. Black men is just as delusional as black women. That nigga probably just got delusional and thought that she was the type and thought that she wanted to marry him and went and did it. And she looking at him like, nigga, please. But what y'all got all wrong about this female is she's not the typical black female that black men go after. Black men, like y'all was calling her quirky. Y'all didn't say she fucking having sex with her pets and she all socially awkward. And these are the ones you're supposed to go after. All good women are quirky, however you say that shit. They all quirky. If you sit down and talk to a woman long enough, none of them got proper sense. But she has a proper demeanor. Her crib look clean. She could keep a plant alive. She got her real hair, as far as we know. All the teeth. Educated. Got a little bit of boom boom in the back.
all the teeth.
Like
That's the killer.
niggas is out here like yeah, you're literally looking at a good one. And the problem, the reason why she probably ended up with some white boys, because niggas will holler at anything. I'm gonna tell you this: niggas will holler at anything these days, and not black men. A nigga will holler at anything, and it's probably a bunch of niggas that hollered at her. And she looked like her demeanor or some more. I just can't mess with a nigga with dreads and his pants hanging off of his ass, saying "Yo, baby, how you doing?" all goddamn day. Fellas, go to Comic-Con and holler at them bitches.
Shark,
That's where they at.
Shark, you my man, 100 grand, bro.
That's where they
You
at,
my Shark, you my man, 100 grand, brother.
That's where they at.
You're
Don't get me wrong.
you're off right here, brother.
They all fucking. But
You're off right here, Shark. You my man, 100 grand, bro. You off.
No, they all getting down. Because one thing she ain't gonna tell me is she ain't had no sex besides the two without she was in a relationship with. They all getting down. But bro, the quirky ones is better than the other black chicks that we be having to choose from.
Okay, let me throw this in here because I got to get Mrs. Z in, and Truth Teller just came up, y'all. Ain't no thing of quirky. She said that y'all attached yourself to a determination she said about herself. There is no evidence that men are looking at her and seeing a quirky women. Ain't no man finna not do some stuff she like doing because she looked good enough to hit. It's that simple at the end of the day. She offered you something that you can't even recognize, and you're taking her word for it. Men don't look at women and say, "Oh, she's quirky, I want to be with her."
No,
what man ever said that?
We do say women are quirky. We just did it on your panel.
No. I said we don't say a woman is quirky and then we don't want to be with them. Niggas do. They do crazy stuff on a regular basis.
Nah, Roger, niggas do. Niggas call women squares. Oh, she look like she hang out with white people.
Maybe that's a New York thing. That's all I'm saying. Maybe that's a New York thing.
Nah, I'm telling you. I
Matter of fact, specifically your borough.
You can catch me at Comic-Con. I'm going to the U.S. Open. I'm going with a square regular chick.
I ain't never seen a man say I don't want to hit that. She read comics.
Hey, Shark, she got you. She got you fooled, Shark.
Yeah.
She got you fooled, Shark.
I ain't messing with her. She dressed like Chun-Li. I ain't talking to her. I ain't never heard that ever.
I ain't perfect, so you know what I'm saying? Y'all can put me on.
But let me let these other two guys get in. I got Truth Teller came up and Mrs. Z came in. So, Mr. Z, you got it. And let's get Truth Teller right in after him.
What's going on, y'all? And then thanks for having me up, Raj. Shout out to the panel in the chat. Okay. Homegirl is a neurodivergent, because I've covered her before. Neurodivergent. Manic pixie, she said pick me, cute. Manic pixie that's into white dudes. And she used Timothy Chalamet as the example. Yeah. I hear what you're saying, Shark Sims. But brother, even with the way you speak and your discipline and your wisdom and you a stand-up dude, she ain't going, bro. Maybe you could smash, but she ain't going. Right? Because when she say Timothy Chalamet, nope. that lets you know where the mind is. Number one. Number two, single cat lady, 2 dogs and a cat. I mean, 2 cats and a dog. Yeah, a dog. Yeah, bro. She a single cat lady.
But she had 2 dogs and a cat.
No, she has 2 cats and a dog. I said it wrong. 2 cats and a dog.
And 2 cats already.
Yeah. She said it in the video. Hey, we have to appreciate what you, because I got a minute and 30 seconds left. Okay, pretty much this is it. We have to have a larger conversation. I know how Raj do it here, but this is not just a her thing. She's exemplar, and this is I think what Raj is getting at. What she is example of is this whole entire female, namely black woman thing that's going on. She's just an air quotes, not even extreme. I see what you're saying, Raj. She's not extreme.
She's a regular black woman.
Thank you. And that's what I'm saying. It's just that her interest may be a bit different. That's where we get caught up. Her delivery is a bit different. She might have, just slightly different ways of viewing these things, but her end result is the same thing.
I could agree with that.
And she can afford her own life from what we could see. Right? But outside of that, 2 cats and a dog, manic pixie, choosing on the white dudes, probably, and she told you she reads smut. Bro, the lady done told you everything y'all needed to know. She rated all of them essentially corn type of books for women. Like, bro, and she only had 2.5 years out of what 34 years of her life, 2.5 years worth of relationship. Come on, man. Like, that doesn't mean that she's not engaging in bedroom fun. She's been single for how many years? What she say? Talking about 5-6 years? We know what this is. So I would caution us, and I'm in and out here. I would caution us by seeing her being a bit different of a black woman by thinking she's a different black woman. Her end result is the same thing at 34 years old as the masses of them, right? So yeah, she might be into anime, but she telling you she don't finish nothing. That's also what she's saying here. She got her hands in a whole bunch of pots. She got a bunch of different interests. Right? She's unemployed.
None of them finish anything.
Yeah. But that's my point, is that she's not as unique as you might think, Shark Sims. That's what I'm saying. Don't let the anime in the presentation fool you. Didn't she need high context? A black woman who needs high context is even worse in that case than your normal black woman. She telling you gonna have to spoon feed her everything. The emotional labor. Oh, jeez. Good luck. And I'll pause right there.
I would say she's more manageable than Keisha.
On the surface. Hold on. My whole point in using her is this is the regular everyday black woman. People act like we're talking about chicks in the projects. You know what I'm saying? Chicks that got 12 kids already and she only 26 years. No, this is the regular black woman black men come across. Now, at the end of the day, she has said some stuff that other black women don't do as quickly. When she said something about men, every man she mentioned was white. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how people miss that. Every man she mentioned was white. The average black woman's trying to hide the fact that she liked white men from guys. She didn't even hide it. And nobody knows her interests until they talk to her. So when a guy sees her on the street, he don't know what she into. So none of that stuff about what she does makes a difference at all. And we as men sit through a lot of stuff that we find out we don't actually like because we like that woman. None of that is any real reason for anything. We go after women we want because we want them, not because of what she happens to be into.
Can I?
That's a you problem.
I want to push back. I want to push back a little bit.
Well, before you push back, oh no, go ahead because you got prayer. But after you, we got to get truth telling in here.
I want to say, Shark Sims, that brother is right. And even if Mrs. E want to talk about she likes white men, I don't understand. We as black men get condemned all the time for dating white women or other races. If that woman wants to date a white man, she can. It's just she don't know the rules yet. The nigga just gotta be legless in a wheelchair, like all the other black women who date white men. They're in fucking wheelchairs. Once she learns how to do that, she all right.
You ain't right.
I'll say this to you, brother. I believe in the double standard. That's all I'm saying. We can do it and they can't do it. I said it. Go ahead.
Man, let's let truth teller get in here, y'all.
We say now. That's how you do that.
Hey, y'all let that man get in.
We let truth teller get in, y'all.
Go ahead, brother.
They're dating niggas with no legs. That's all I'm saying.
Truth teller, go and grab the mic, brother, please.
Oh, he half stepping.
Oh, truth teller, he ain't ready. He ain't ready.
He was on mute at first. Hold on, turn around. Did you get
in the restroom?
I mean, no, turn around and get his in.
Yeah, I forced my way in there with elbows. Using elbows.
Hey, right. Hey, while we waiting, man, I know we saying on the exterior it's not extreme. I realize that, but she should be labeled as extreme, fellas. I know she looks like on the surface level it doesn't look extreme. She doesn't have a bonnet on. She didn't say she's out here slashing tires and breaking windows and stuff. She's not outside screaming at people, man. But she's off her rocker.
But
It should
if we
be
go with
labeled.
what
She
you're
should be
saying,
treated like that.
if we go on what you're saying, let me put it in context. If you no, that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I was gonna say. If what you're saying is true,
No.
then you're saying they all extreme, but that's Roger's point. Roger's saying that she is your standard sister. She is your standard black woman. So if you're
What?
saying she's off a rocker, they're all off their rocker. And I would agree with that, by the way.
No, felt. I'm saying you give some credit. We give some credit to married women or married that are, especially if they're married to a black man. Am I correct with that?
Yeah.
Yes.
So there's something we have to have some type of separation, and I get what you guys are saying.
Yeah, but see, my issue is
But
this.
if her end result is the same, go ahead.
In 2026, I don't know if the right move is to get married in 2026. To be honest with you. I don't know if that's the right move.
Well, that's a different conversation, though. That's a different conversation. Let's hold that for a different day.
You know what I mean? So
she wanted to get married.
I don't think she's extreme. You can like what you like. You have a right to like what you like. You got a right to live the way you want to live. This is America, and you look. She's unhappy. Okay, fine, and she has a right to be fucking unhappy. But to call this woman crazy and things like that, no, she's not. At the end of the day, I think this is a good girl. I'm just,
like Jado said it best.
Hold on, let me let my play, because at the end of the day, throughout time, right, women don't make sense. They haven't made sense in the Garden of Eden. They ain't gonna make sense when Christ come back. So kind of expect that from them is kind of crazy, and I'll leave it there.
So what advice would you give? Let's just say a man that there's a solution for this woman, knowing what you know now, you've been armed with some type of information. This is your son, your brother, one of your guys is about to get involved with this girl, and you know her before he do. What advice would you give this man if he's gonna move forward with this type of individual?
Well, Creator,
that Trump phone acting up again.
Hold your thought, Creator.
We gotta let Truth Teller get in. Tell him we gotta let Truth Teller get in.
Can y'all hear me? I don't know if y'all can hear me.
Yeah, we hear you. We hear you.
All right, cool. I'm gonna just keep it short, man. We gotta be careful. This is a new upgraded version of the T26, the T2026. So let's check some of the details. I had a hard time listening to the whole video. I honestly, I didn't think I had it, but my ADHD kicked in and I just couldn't hear the bullshit the whole time. So please call me. She made sure to clarify she's only been in 2 relationships, right? And no relationships didn't even last more than 2 years. The hell you been doing out here in these streets since then? Because you ain't been alone. That's clear. You ain't been alone, right? And we know for a fact she's attractive enough to have men holler at her on a consistent basis. So you just saying you ignoring all these niggas trying to take shots at you all day? Fine. Okay, cool. And then she mentioned something that got my attention. She said she was with a guy who she painted a picture like the dude liked her. But then she said, I didn't know he liked me. And just simply because I danced with another guy, he ghosted me. Now, I thought that was weird. I don't know about y'all. I'm like, wait, hold on. You didn't think he liked you the whole time, but you were actually intermingling and going along with what was happening. You liked the attention he was giving you. But because you danced with some guy at a party, the dude just stopped liking you. Now, how many of y'all think that's weird that if you dance with somebody, suddenly the dude who likes you don't like you no more just because you had a dance? So I thought, what kind of dance would make a nigga ghost an unattractive woman? I don't think anybody asked that question, have they yet?
Horizontal dance.
What kind of dancing was she doing? What kind of dancing was she doing that made a dude who actually liked her and was giving her attention and giving her time to say, nah, I'm good?
That juvenile got that thing came up on.
Yeah, so So now, and I'm realizing, okay, you got whole tendencies, and you're trying to paint this picture like you're an awkward geek nerd / comic book person, but you're not. You're an actual hoe.
Thank you.
There's no truth teller.
You're an actual hoe. So now we got to be careful because just like Sharp, you know, the awkward ones are the ones that we're supposed to target because, you know, they supposed to be the better ones. But these hoes is two versions of Henny and Sharp. They already had it all, man. The hoes are pretending to be nerds and comic book readers now and anime lovers.
Now, truth teller. Make sure you say this, truth teller. It was 2.5 years combined relationships.
Yeah, that's what
it wasn't even two. It
Jesus Christ.
2.5 years combined. Now, hold on, guys.
And then now, if you ask her how many,
don't forget.
If you ask her how many bodies she had, she gonna flip.
But
if you ask her how many bodies she had, the answer ain't gonna be
comic
2.
book chicks is just as wild.
Well,
It's just
hold
that
on,
they
hold
not
on.
not out there like the other chicks.
I need
intimate
this
relationship.
hold on, guy. I need this point
And
to
that
be
was probably
made.
one of the best relationships that she had because, like your
Yeah, he can't hear me. It's cool. He
to
can't
have
hear
a
me.
baby. By
You
this
going
individual, she
downhill,
said, "Hey,
boy.
Yeah.
You got a Trump phone too.
all else fails."
Somebody
Jerome
tell him to
Bettis
reset his
on
phone.
that, boy.
No, one of y'all tell him to reset his phone because he can't hear me. Tell him to reset his phone because he can't
Yo,
hear me.
creator, reset your phone because you can't hear when everybody else is talking.
No, tell him he can't hear Rod. Tell him
He can't hear Roger. He definitely ain't hearing Roger.
Okay.
So drop
Now,
down and reset your joint.
Yeah, because now this is the thing. Now, Soul Provider, you know, well, he's on the panel, but he said socially awkward chicks can be cute. This is the thing, y'all. Where do you give a woman credit for being socially awkward? What woman isn't socially awkward? At the end of the day, men have always approached women. They don't approach us. When did they come up with these social skills? When?
I mean, there are some that are, I mean, a very small number that are not
Exactly.
socially awkward. I mean, we gotta.
The masses of women can't approach a man, won't approach a man, don't have the ability to approach a man. There are some women who are skilled because they've been in jobs and they had to do like presentations and things like that. And some of them have learned how to talk to people in the room. The average woman don't.
But socially awkward contains more than just talking to people around you. Like,
I understand that. But women already do a bunch of weird stuff that guys let go because we want to have sex with them. So what is really a socially awkward woman?
A woman that you like hip hop, but she listen to Limp Bizkit. You know what I mean? She wear Vans.
And we let it go because we want to have sex with her. It's not even considered a thing.
Some niggas won't even want. Some niggas will walk past her. Like,
I don't think her issue is socially awkwardness because she seems to play the social cues really well. A dude's paying her attention. She absorbs it pretty well. Right? And then when he ghosts her, she's like, well, why are you ghosting? Well, because you played your social norms and was dancing up with another nigga. Obviously, social awkwardness is not this chick's problem. She manipulates the social order of things very well, which is what she did on this video, because none of what she says makes sense for the outcomes that she's had.
And
when you they got too many motherfucking choices. And
that's not a problem for somebody who knows what they're looking for. That's another thing we got to stop saying. That's not a problem if you know what you if you know what you're looking for. It don't matter how many. If I know what kind of TV I'm looking for, it don't matter how many options of TVs I have.
But
if it don't fit my requirements, I'm not buying it.
True teller. One time I had $500 to spend on sneakers, and I was in the mall for 5 fucking hours.
Hey, and this is the thing she's gonna hide behind whenever you call her out, and whatever person or dude that's interacting with her, when you call her out, what is she gonna do? I'm neurodivergent. I'm ADHD. She's gonna fall back on that and thinking and hoping one of you people fall for it.
Well, I'm gonna say this, y'all. She threw something out there for y'all to grab onto, so she can get away with the move she's trying to make.
Yes.
She says she's socially awkward. If y'all actually just take time and think about stuff, and see, sometimes we just move too fast. Socially awkward was a term that people came up with to say something about a person who could not get along in society well.
Women don't have that problem. If you look good, you're fine. People accept you because you look good. She's a nice looking woman. She's not socially awkward. She can go where she want to go. Ain't nobody gonna talk bad about her because she showed up because she's a nice looking woman. That's just the reality of it. So it's almost impossible to be a female and be socially awkward at the same time.
No.
Truth be, and the term that y'all are thinking, women are generally socially awkward because they don't speak well to other people. They don't know how to make friends. You have to put them and kind of lock them into a situation where they'll start talking to each other. That's how women make friends.
I don't know about that, Roger.
Roger,
bro, women make friends at people at their job because those women are at the job with them. They don't even like each other. Y'all know women talk all day about how they do not like their own friends.
Well, they don't have to like each other, but a lot of them are really good.
J-Lo,
they're
I
really
like my friends.
Right, I mean, yeah, of course, man. But I'm saying that's two different things, though, Roger. You know, they're very. Most of them are pretty sociable, man, for the most part.
Hey, let me say this. Let me ask this question.
Roger has a point, though.
Great Black Reset. Great Black Reset is here. I got it again. Go ahead and say that again real quick, Truth Teller. Say what you just said real clear so it can be heard. But I got to get Great Black Reset in.
I think Roger has a point because women never make the attempt to befriend somebody. They usually put in a situation where they become friends because they've been put together. They don't go out of their way to make friends. No woman does, actually, if you really think about it.
And they still don't like each other. They just friends because they go to the same thing, whatever that thing is.
I mean,
let me go after Black Reset.
Hold on, I got to get Black Reset in. Then I'm gonna give it to Mr. Z. He was trying to say something. Then I'll give it to you, J-Lo, and then I can, because now you got something you want to say. Great Black Reset, get in there, brother.
All right, fellas, man. Good day to everybody, man. It's been an interesting conversation. Bro, this chick is real simple, bro. She played hard to get too long, and now she's just hard to walk. That's all that's going on over here. She's not socially awkward at all. She's just intelligent. She's different than the regular smegular ghetto chick. She ain't that. She's articulate. She's intelligent, and she's attractive. She's got everything she needs to win. And her problem is she's a control freak. She want to set all the rules. She want to tell a man how to do, when to do, where to do it, and do it when she say do it the way that she thinking about doing it. She ain't gonna never have a man. She ain't gonna never be able to keep one. And she just making excuses because she fucking lazy, bro. When it comes to relationships, she's lazy. She wants a man to woo her off of her feet because she's been reading them stupid ass books. And her biggest issue is she looking for a white man. That's her biggest fucking issue, bro. She want to be She want to be part of the 0.5%. That's what her fucking problem is, bro. This woman is lazy as shit. There's 1,000 black men in the city that she's in that'll take her right now. She's lazy and she's looking for a white man. That's it. That's all. It's just that simple. She hard to want now, man. She don't got too old. That's all.
Well, my bad. It ain't my turn.
No, I'm letting my play. Go ahead.
Yeah, but so I wanna emphasize what you just said. But also, and I don't want us to lose the point that Roger is making. Either they all socially awkward or none of them are. And if y'all going with she's socially awkward and she has the same result, and this is what I'm stressing, her end result is the same as the majority of 34-year-old, 35-year-old black women. Her end result is the same. So she could be this socially awkward y'all saying she is. Why is her end result the same as all the other ones?
Because they got too many.
You see what I'm saying? No. Wait. It's not the options. It's hubris. It's not the options. It's hubris.
I could dig
that. She told you what her
the TVs.
She told you what she wanted. She want Ryan Gosling.
Go. I'll land after. Yeah, and Charlemagne, Timothy Charlemagne, and Ryan Gosling, white men.
She told you what she wanted.
Her issue with her issue, much like her any
My thing is
other
gonna be all
women's
jacked up.
issue,
Ain't
namely
play
black
no
women's issue,
piano or
is
nothing.
it's
Z, you
hubris.
breaking up,
The
Z.
hubris is the issue, right? Somebody's background.
Hey,
Can y'all hear me
fellas.
now? Can y'all hear me now?
That's
Can
what
y'all
I'm
hear me
saying.
now? Can y'all hear me
Yeah,
now?
Hey,
yeah.
Somebody
Can y'all
else
hear me
got
now?
hey,
something
Can y'all hear
going
me
on in
now?
the
Nah,
hey,
it
background.
might be a
Okay,
Mrs.
okay.
Lee, we hear
Do,
you.
hey,
a little
fellas.
bit check in.
Mrs. Lee, but hold
yeah, yeah.
fast.
Somebody's
One
background. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Somebody
thing,
is
but now
talking in
you
the
But I
gotta
just
background.
chill.
Who is that?
That don't
okay,
that
okay.
tend to be overkill.
All right,
Hey,
everybody mute up. Everybody mute
Either
up.
all the
Tunnel
time.
Run. That's Tunnel Run.
That's that damn tunnel runner.
Boom, look like he was turning around. Okay, go ahead, Mrs. Z.
Okay, 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 okay. So I want to stress that her outcomes are the same other women's outcomes. What Black James said is true to the white man thing too, and the hubris. I want to stress that the hubris. They want it all. They want it all right now, and they don't want to sacrifice, or they don't want to the equal exchange. That's not a thing they know about, right? So let's be very clear what her issue is. And I would argue she probably make a few dollars too. That make it even worse with her idea of what romance is. Oh, impossible. Bad black gamer. You are 100% right. You was saying Rogers or not. That was truth teller. But yeah, no, you are 100% right. The hubris is the problem. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
hey,
It's done. Hey, she gonna be the crazy cat lady. I put money she gonna be the crazy cat lady. Check for her in 20 years. I put money.
She's
and
already
fellas. And,
Shit, I be one of them
and,
cats.
and fellas, man, I know we're trying to sum this stuff up, right? We're trying to, and we all have to simplify it, right? So all of you guys are right, to be honest. I mean, no one made a bad point. Like, it's all of these things, man. Yeah, does she want a white guy? Yeah, probably. Is she a hoe? I think so. Is she? I think she's crazy. And whatever. And I think she's extreme. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? That's how I would label it. And I think she should be shunned because of it.
Well,
I think she's young. I think she's young.
Oh
she's
shit.
she's exploring.
You going
She's doing, hold
downhill?
on, no, man, chill out, bro. Every time, now I don't do that when you speak.
You right? Go ahead.
All right. So she's young. She's only 34. So I'm thinking at least she discovers this before she's 54, before she's 44. She's 34 years old. She's just kind of stepping into her 30s, and she realized that her plan is not working. We need a different strategy. So I'm gonna applaud that part. But the other part of it is she's already started. She's already set her trajectory. She's already set, because, like I said, youth is fleeting. She knows what she wants. She realizes it. I think Black said it. She's too damn smart. That's just really what it is.
Wait,
She's gonna always be in her own way.
Why
Is
should
she
she be
changing her
applauded?
trajectory, or is she
Why?
just complaining? Is she throwing a
Why?
temper
Hold on, y'all.
tantrum?
She's
Because
just
remember what she
complaining.
said. She's just going to be
She's
single.
just complaining right now.
Can
Yeah.
we can we address
And very importantly, I'm stressing this: throwing a temper tantrum on top of that. That's why she's here. That's what she's doing right now. Go ahead. I'm sorry, y'all.
Can we
Guys,
address
just trying to calm for a
something?
temper tantrum, Z. I give her
Yeah,
that.
hold on, y'all. I think we need to address something, because I think there's a very significant problem just with us as men. She's not young. Since she turned
Thank you.
in almost 20 years. I don't know why we want to say she's young. She's been an adult for almost 20 years. If you work at any job for 20 years, you're senior. So let's stop doing that. If she took her 20 years and she's still in this rat race, she's a loser. And she's a loser on purpose, not by accident.
She said
Truth
herself
teller,
that she's a
it's
loser,
been
so I gotta
it's
give
been
her
16 years. What she's contemplating on, is she truly a loser or not? That was her contemplate. The thing is, she is a loser because she's 30 years old. Well, she's actually past 30 at this point, and she never got married. So she's definitely an official loser. And at
She's
the
like
end,
34 or 33.
she's
What's her age again?
34.
I'm sorry.
She's 34. As a woman, she's old. Women are old at 30 because your youth is about what you can do. Okay, and you start losing abilities to have youthful things done in your life as a woman. You're old at 30. It just is what it is. From a relationship context, you're old at 30. Her goal was to be married with children. She said that herself. She's an old lady at this point.
28.
Now, this is the thing. This is the thing. What makes her different than the average black woman? The average black woman is gonna hit 34 years old. She ain't gonna have a husband. Okay. And she gonna like white men. What's so different about her?
Well, me personally,
Not much.
the fact that she actually is contemplating that she's a loser, I gotta give her credit. That takes her away from the
Hey,
average black woman.
hey,
Brother, I
hey,
disagree
Nah,
with you
man.
and
can I?
Raj.
Hold
She
on,
ain't
hold on.
contemplating that. She throwing a
Hey,
temper tantrum. Go ahead. She
hey,
ain't
brother.
contemplating, y'all.
Hey, Shark and Creator. Creator said you applaud, you give her applause, or you applauded her, or you give her applause,
I
and
give her
then Shark,
props
you say you give her credit. Why would we do that, man?
because
This
we ain't
bitch
never seen
doesn't
these bitches.
deserve it.
We ain't
Okay,
never
well,
seen
hold
these
on,
bitches
brother.
take
Now, just like you
accountability
feel
for
like,
nothing.
yeah, just like you feel like she don't deserve whatever.
I don't
I'm
feel
me,
it. I know it, bruh.
and that's you. You don't know. I don't know this woman. We just talking about some lady that said some shit, and now we are
Exactly.
commentating on it. So I'm not knowing anything, but based off of behavior
Mhm.
and past history, we could kind of set her in a box per se. So calling her hoes and all that, I'm just an energy driven type of guy. That's how I go. I don't know that individual, but I do have daughters.
I
So
don't
I'm gonna
think
say,
There
so
you go.
hold
There
on,
you
hold
go.
on.
There you
So,
go. There you go.
I have three
There you
daughters
go.
too,
I
bro.
heard
all
what
right.
She
So
y'all
now,
almost
dropping
so
said,
that.
though.
now,
I heard what
She
y'all
dropping
almost
that
said.
thing.
so now, so I'm at least look at the good, and that's just how I do. Now, is there a whole lot there? Nope. There's like a sliver of light, but like everybody said, damn near I'm not gonna say too late, but damn near, especially when men can go for whatever they want. I'm a single man, you a single woman. Most older women gonna give you all that confirmed lip and now she got a certain look at her room. Look at the aesthetic. That costs. There's a certain type of lifestyle that she's showing me she already wants to live anyway. So we're based off of that. Most men gonna be like, you know what? I'm just gonna go for the younger thing, and that I can learn with.
Let me say this.
Well,
Give me a little bit of
I
space
don't
because I
even
really want
get
to
it,
stress
bro.
this. I
I understand where
really
you're
want to
coming
stress
from,
this.
Jado. I understand where you're coming from with that.
The problem is that the bar is in hell, and so because she look and sound a smidge different, y'all judging the bar from the bottom up,
Right.
not from the
No
top
Z.
down.
Right.
No
The
Z.
bar, the bar.
Yes.
Wait,
Exactly.
because
No
I'm
Z.
stressing something here.
No
The
Z. I
bar.
understand what you're saying, Z. The bar is low when it comes to black women. These bitches like these. No, the bar is
You
low. This
niggas
bitch
stop
got a
that, man.
bonsai
This is
tree in
an
the back.
attractive young lady.
The
You
bar
No,
tripping.
no,
is
no.
low.
That's not.
Hey, we're not talking
No.
about
You're
this.
missing what I'm saying. No. This is why I wanted a little bit of space.
That's what I'm.
The problem that y'all are having is her delivery is different than the standard Keisha in the hood. And
Yeah.
so it's
Right.
skewing the way
Exactly.
y'all seeing it. Y'all looking through the wrong lens.
Exactly.
That's why I
No,
stress
we going off
her outcome.
information.
No. That's why
No
I'm stressing.
Z.
Wait. If you're
I got
going off for
after Z. I got
information,
after Z.
if y'all going off for information, then you would see that her outcome is the same. Why is her outcome the same if you stressing that she's different? Number one. Number two, what I wanted to stress is it's not contemplating. She's throwing a temper tantrum as a
Right.
neurodivergent chick. She's not contemplating nothing. She's throwing a
Nothing
temper tantrum that
at all.
woke up.
I don't.
Even if we go off of her story and she's been single for 6 years, and that's if we go off of her story.
So it's a subtle temper
I don't
tantrum.
even.
Yeah.
I don't even consider it a temper tantrum, man.
Yeah.
It's just really she's putting bait out there.
Pretty much.
There you go. I go with
I
that.
don't.
I'll
Yep.
I
take
don't
that
know
too.
why y'all
I'll
think.
take that.
I don't know how
I'll take
many
that.
views are on that channel or that video.
379,000.
Yeah.
And you think those are all female or just other females saying, "Yay, girl"?
Nigga, we on the show talking about this, bro.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point.
Hey, 380,000 with 19,000 views. That speaks to two things. What Roger said, because you know the women that are watching it, especially the black women, but the women that are watching it, they feel some camaraderie with her because they're her and she's them.
Yes.
Right. Number one. Number two, you're right about that bait there. Yeah, that's even a better way of seeing it than I said. Yes, bait for Timothy Charlemagne and for whoever the hell else. Good
Well, we
luck on
didn't
that.
know that before we
Well, let me
clicked.
put
We saw
y'all on something
locks.
real quick.
We saw
Right,
light
peep it.
skin, pretty face.
We
That's
saw
what we saw.
buns first.
Nah.
But when the
Buns.
video started, before the video even started, we see this right here is just a photo, just a picture. So that gets you in. Then the first thing you see is buns.
And that's
right?
what
That
why
is
I'm saying
literally the first thing we all saw was all right. She's showing you, hey, look, here's what I look like. What's the problem? What am I doing wrong? I hear ya, but me, man, I'm gonna run up on her, boy, and change her
Hey,
life.
bro. Hey, man. That's she gonna always
Are
have
y'all going through the
action.
comments for this thing? If y'all
Boy,
go through the
did
comments,
not.
it's
I
crazy.
did.
Okay.
I did.
just
Oh,
like
you
I
heard
went through
me.
the comments.
I'm just like
I
you.
went through the
All
comments.
right.
Yeah.
Look.
But peep it, right? Let me say this real quick.
Oh, I'm good
Y'all
after
all
you, Shark. Go ahead.
y'all all are correct. And my theory is if y'all can actually look at this picture, you can see she's a little bit cockeyed. Whenever you see a pretty
Oh
chick that's
yeah,
like
but he right.
You stupid.
them bitches
But he right.
them bitches is kind of cuckoo. Now I'm not saying y'all wrong. I'm just saying by her demeanor, the way her aesthetics is, she's actually on here with a t-shirt and not her titties out like Cheyenne Bryant. Like I give her a little bit of like, I would definitely consider it. Now
Well,
once I sit there and see
Dark.
chopping it up, I'm like, oh, she a dodo bird.
No, sir. That's the bait. That's the way
so
they
Shark,
do it.
yeah,
It's
that's what
just
I'm
a different
saying.
method, man.
She's the new version right now because she did all the same characteristics.
Ding 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 ding
Looking
ding.
like
No,
this.
she.
So she's the only value she has is one, you can tell it by how she presented herself when the video first started. Two, you can tell by the history she described. Nobody started any value in her other than this, right? And she's
Data.
34.
We just
So that
gave us
means she done
data.
gone almost 20 years where there was no other value seen in her besides sex. And as soon as that value dropped, she got dropped. That's and so the next thing she describes is what her woes are, her activities. Well, I don't meet people because I do activities alone. This ain't Japan. You know, there's really not many activities you can do alone.
But true teller, she
Out here.
might just be boring in bed. And
I'm not saying that that's not the case. All I'm saying is that's the only value that you can have.
She won't brag.
That you
She
have.
a lay flat. She a lay
Right.
flat.
So what
That's
happens?
why she won't brag.
Man, y'all be giving
As a
Brad too many
victim,
props.
in this case, she doesn't have anybody.
You're breaking up,
Right. So now it's my awkwardness. So sorry, she doesn't have anybody to blame right now. It's her awkwardness that's to blame, not her. She's doing the exact same thing everybody else does, except she's not blaming the man. She's saying, "Hey, it's my awkwardness." So
Yes.
society,
No, it's
blah,
my
blah, blah.
neurodivergency.
Right, but she's smashing. How is her awkwardness not stopping her from smashing? Is all.
No, she
Okay, hold on. Let me get something in too. Okay, look, she's not gonna blame a man, y'all. Who is she trying to appeal to? She's trying to appeal to white men. Every man she mentioned happened to be white. Okay, I've told y'all time and time again. I'm just a person who don't really believe in coincidence like that. So the advertisement ain't even necessarily for a black man. She's 34 and she's still trying to appeal so somebody will get off the street. She said her goal was to be married and have kids. She still wants that. She didn't say, I don't want that anymore.
But
okay,
Roger, she's 34 years old and she's stuck on media. Like she's convinced from media. That's all they seen. Like all the love stories that she said movie wise was with white people. White people the only ones that make fucking cool ass love stories movies anyway.
Well, I ain't know none of that shit she said, boy.
Roger.
And then I'm respond. Go ahead.
I do think her primary target audience is white dudes, but she's advertising for black men just as well. You don't put buns. Women are very, very. They use their tactics, man. You don't put. We know they know we like ass, man.
Jada, you see where the camera was set up at? She set the camera up right there for that.
Yes, I'm just saying. So she is. I'm not. I agree that her primary target is a white man, but she'll take a black man too.
Well, that's the reality. Just about almost every single black woman in the United States of America,
yes,
won't say white man, but they will take a black one.
Yes,
there's nothing different. The issue is because as men, we listen to women say a bunch of dumb stuff that ain't true. And I'm going to say it's coming out today. Y'all done bought into this nonsense about it's the ghetto hoes that's the problem. It's the hoe in the projects that's the problem. She's just a regular black chick. She just like all the other chicks that you meet, you mess with, and you find out they ain't good enough to be with. Ain't nothing different about her. The only thing that's different is if you pay attention, you will know through the door she already like white men. That's her primary audience as far as what she's concerned. Most black women go through trouble to hide that fact. That's the only difference I see in her and all the other ones. She put it out there on Front Street. The rest of them, they're going to hide that.
Well, I'll fuck with her because she not you. She don't have the ghetto vernacular. She don't have that ghetto pizzazz. Like, you know what I mean?
What?
I'll
But
that
Shark,
shit make me make a U-turn.
my
Boy, she
point
gonna lick your
is
life back.
most of them don't. Most black women you meet are not some girl from a project building.
No. Not, and I'm not saying project building. I'm talking about how they carry they like when you look at Cheyenne Bryant and you look at Jess Hilarious, ain't no difference. It's just Cheyenne Bryant talks soft.
Kinda, not really.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
I get what you're saying, but what my point is on social media, black women have always been putting up a defense that we not them, and y'all always talking about them project
that,
girls, and we bought into it.
that's why I kind of try to paint the picture of the crazy lady or the hood chick or bonnets.
Yeah.
They don't present that.
Yeah.
A lot of them don't present that way, but they're just as bad.
This is most of the women we gonna talk to.
No, they present that way.
Look, women are gonna present themselves poorly, period. And I'm pretty sure she's gonna present herself poorly. We're getting her sitting in front of a camera by herself with no interaction with other people. It's a lot easier to present yourself better as a woman in those specific conditions. I don't see anything different with her than the average black woman I'm gonna come across in Chicago, regardless of where she lived. Whether she lived from the quote unquote bad neighborhood or the good neighborhood, I see the same thing. You're another sister. You're old now. You like white men. You've been trying to get what you can, and it ain't worked out because you don't listen to black men.
All right, check it out, Roger. Now here's another one. She's trying to be white. She's trying to be. She's trying to be. Listen, bro. She's trying to be a white woman for somebody, right? She's a black girl, but she's trying because just by nature of who she wanted to go with. Meaning, if you go get Brad's gonna want you to be what? His mama. He gonna want you to be his mama, and his mama's white. Meaning now you didn't already surrender to the fact that you can already buy into white supremacy and whatever that look like on that side of the fence. That's why a black guy couldn't. She's not gonna rock with black because there's a certain blackness. Even her daddy could be pro-black, but she already got her mind made up on the past 34 years on what type of individual that she wants. She said at 28 she was gonna let her gay dude, her gay buddy, have kids. She's like, she made it like it was a benefit for him. I'll let you have some kids if I don't reach it by 28. Like, this is a benefit for this guy, no matter if he's gay or not. Lessening his gay, he should have been offended. She said after 28 didn't happen, still, she said no baby at all, right? And now here she is at 34. Her mind made up. Who she is who she gonna be.
It's a hole in what you said, because you said the white man get her, he gonna want her to be his mama, right? Same thing with a nigga. A nigga ain't gonna see, the average nigga ain't gonna see his mama in her.
Well,
So that's what I'm trying to say. Like, bro, we have different calibers of black women. Like Mr. Z said, it all boils down to they all are the same in the brain. But I'm talking about how they present, how they operate, what are their hobbies, what are they likes, what are they dislikes, what kind of movies. This is what I'm saying. Like, there's a difference with that you can work with. Now they all women, and then on top of that, they all black women. Those things you can't get around. But is this bitch manageable? Is she listening to Young Jeezy? Is she like, you know?
The thing is, she's not manageable.
No.
We just assume she's manageable because she's in a room talking to a camera by herself. And we don't know what her interactions are like when people are involved. So I'm going to say if she was manageable, she'd be married. She's not manageable. She got to 34 and is still alone for a reason. Now, at the end of the day, if she focused too much on white men and she don't even know how to deal with the dude that actually like her, she already told her she went to the party and she started dancing on somebody that the guy who did like her, and y'all don't know that all these people could have been white. So you might have had a white man that was interested in you, and then you danced on another white man to get the white man that liked you to say, "No, I'm straight."
Roger, we've seen black men talk about, I need a woman with little more edge. We know black men that have married unmanageable black women.
She ain't married, bro.
Shit is like, come on. And
bro, she's not married. It's not about what the man what a black man wants. This about who she is as a person. She not married. She went to the party with the guy that liked her and danced on the dude that don't know her or whatever the case is.
She's not married because she's not the average black man standard.
Bro, she was with the guy that liked her. Hold on. We're not marrying populations of people. We're marrying people. The guy that liked her, she was with him. She danced on the other dude while she with the guy that liked her. That's not a smart woman.
Women ain't smart, first of all.
Shark, you usually on point, brother. You off the mark right now, man.
I'm telling you,
you off on this one. She told you she likes white men. She's only dating white men. When you ever heard a black woman say she's 34 and she's too old for a relationship for a black man? She only likes white men, bro.
Now you got a good
and she
point,
knows she's too old for white men. That's what she's saying. Now when she get 40, she gonna start looking for you niggas.
Well, that's what you just said what you just said. When you break that down, that's a us problem. She knows she's too old for white.
No. That's her problem.
No,
I
that's
don't
her. You ain't listen to what I said.
I don't have to take her because she got 40 and now want to look back. I don't owe her nothing.
We didn't say you owe her something. We said the average nigga, like she knows.
None of us owe her anything.
No, nobody.
No. Shark is saying because of her phenotype, a black man's gonna take that hold.
Let's be.
I heard him. Hold on, J-Lo. I'm gonna let you get back to me. The only thing I'm saying is J-Lo said that's an us problem, and that is the wrong message. That is not an us problem because
I said that.
She don't want that white man. He said, well, when she get 40, she'll start looking toward us, and he said that's an us problem. We don't need to be included in her situation.
But actually, no, it kind of is a us problem. Look, hey man, whenever we talk about a halfway, I mean, she ain't no gorgeous chick. It's a different energy on the panel, fellas, and I know you guys know it.
I'm gonna just say this. If you want to make it where we share the problem,
Roger.
we can talk about that.
No, I'm saying a lot of niggas.
Hold on.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna give you room to say everything you want to say.
Yes,
if we gonna make it a us problem, that problem was when she was in her 20s. It was the problem for us when she was in her 20s. Now that she out her 20s, that ain't a problem for us no more. She an old lady now. But go ahead.
I'm just saying we talk. A lot of us, we talked about her looks and all that stuff. Like a lot of us will go, man. I'm not saying anybody particular on this. I mean, a couple of you guys did say obviously, but a lot of us will go for it right now, or maybe 5 years from now.
Yes, they will.
I'm gonna tell you what Shark is right. If you meet this chick at Comic-Con right now, a black dude meet this chick at Comic-Con, she all of 34, 35, we gonna get that.
For sure.
We gonna get that. She's well spoken. She's easy on the eyes.
Yep.
Her only problem is she's a control freak. She thinks she can tell men what to do and when to do it and how to do it. That's what her problem is, bro. She's the average woman.
That's one of her major problems. You're correct. One of her major problems.
Her correction to correct this type of woman when she go dancing on another nigga and you run up on her like, bitch, what the fuck is you doing?
I mean, she did that to the dude she liked. That's all.
Yeah,
and she had to know that this man, if he hanging around you, unless he gay, you had to know that this man, had to be interested in you. Unless I'm gonna say that's on him. If he was non-player, you know what I'm saying? If he was just around her trying
she was playing games like women do, trying to make this guy jealous in order to make him commit, and she lost. Now she lying on the internet. She on the internet lying about it.
I don't even know if it's that deep. I think Truth Teller said it, man. They'll say, "Oh, I was just dancing with someone. It was a totally different situation." Giving somebody head or something like that.
Sometimes the thing is,
back that ass up came on and she did.
That's some real shit, though.
This is why I say about is information and then there's presentation.
Yes,
she presented it as if she didn't do anything wrong. I am smart enough to understand. You showed us your behind in this video was 100% unnecessary in context of the video. That was an edited thing. When you start editing videos, I know I got exactly what you wanted me to have.
That's
This is an
deliberate.
edited video. Okay, so she gave me what she wanted me to have. When you went to that party with that guy who was interested in you and you was interested in him, and you start dipping it low on some other dude because your jam came on, she didn't care that that guy who liked her was watching. She showed how much interest she wanted that other guy to have in her on that dance floor. She made it clear what that other guy should have intentions to do with her that night. And the dude saw it because he instantly stopped. He ain't no fool. You obviously like that dude more than me that you dance with. He's there, y'all. Why are you dancing with another man and I'm there? If you like me and I'm at the party too, why are you dancing with somebody else? That don't even make sense. A lot of times we let stuff slide that don't need to slide. He just didn't let it slide.
And when you call,
that might
and
have
when
been
you
the deal
call her,
breaker for him when he seen her dancing, or just the way she was dancing. Like, because when I used to go to the clubs, I'd do that, holler at the shorty, boom, boom, boom. I'm not gonna be all on the bitch back. I go do your thing, and I watch, and I see how she dancing. I'm like, nah,
This
you a
ain't her
wild
man.
one.
This ain't her man. She know she getting judged. Whatever
Yeah.
she do, she knows she getting judged, and you out here dancing with another man in a way that makes the man that likes you say, "I don't like you no more."
And
You
that's
a
where she's the
fool.
average black. That's where she's
she
like the average black chick at, because she did threw a leg up on a nigga's shoulder, pumped the pussy on his leg, like she didn't wild out. Homie was like, "Nah, I'm good. Nah,
Even the
you
man she
smell
was
me.
dancing on apparently didn't want her. That's what happened.
You smell me." So, but I get what y'all definitely saying.
One
I
dance,
can admit when I'm wrong, and
yeah.
you know what, I'm a little wrong today. My fault.
And all I'm saying is one dance made that dude say, "No, I'm done with the whole thing." That ain't just any dance. That's
That's all
not
it
two
takes.
people, rocking with each other on the dance floor, maybe a light two-step. That ain't that. That's something else.
That's all
So
it
that's
takes.
why I say we gotta start looking at information more than just her presentation, which is why I'm saying she's just a regular black woman at the end of the day. That's
Hey,
all
we
she
left
is.
out liquor too. We
Hey,
left out
Roger.
liquor and vices. So you know what I'm saying? She ain't said nothing about that. When you party, usually there's liquor and vices. But
She
I'll
looked
leave it
like she
alone.
smoked
Roger,
joints. She
Roger.
don't look
Let me
like
get
she
it. Let me
smoked
get it.
blunts, like no placeholder. She look like she
Nah, bro.
smoked
She's
joints. I can
drinking.
feel when
She's a drinker.
she smoked joints.
She's drinking. You
All
hear
right,
me?
Roger.
let's let Tunnel Runner get in here. Go ahead, Tunnel Runner.
Yeah, this is a woman that would have been very helpful if she would have got married while she was in school. She's out there in the public, out there in the world, and she's just the world is creating big trauma for her. She should have got married when she was young, and the man would have probably got her guided into the right direction. This is a woman that's been out there in the world, and the world is not. She's just not a person
What
who's very.
Tunnel Runner? I'm gonna push back on what you're saying. I
yeah, I'm
think
gonna
she
have to
was.
too.
I think she was trying to get married. It's just that she tried to get married to a group of people, and only 0.5% of them marry black women. I think she was trying to get married.
She thought she was part of the 0.5%. That's what she thought. She gambled.
Mm,
She
Big
gambled.
mistake. Big mistake.
Yeah, she gambled.
mm.
She
Wow.
Yeah,
gambled that she gambled that she because she's articulate and well spoken and she presents well. She thought she was in the 0.5%. That's who she hangs out with. That's who she kicks it with. That's who her friends are. And she thought she was in there, bro. She thought she was
Elaborate.
in there.
Elaborate, man. Keep going in that. This is a new POV.
I've seen these women before, man. They hang out with the golf chicks. They hang out with all the different phenotypes of white chicks to get as much information as possible to draw bread. So she thought she had the right bait, and a couple of them done dated her. So she thought she was in there. She didn't know that this guy was saying, "Hey, I'm gonna get this one trophy. I'm gonna get this one black chick that I can talk about later on to say I knocked down a black chick." That's all she is.
Ah,
and I'm gonna say this, y'all. I could mention a white woman that's attractive, but if I talk about attractive women, am I not gonna mention a black woman too? How you start naming 2, 3, 4, 5 people, and they all happen to be white, but you don't have a fixation toward white men?
Because she thought she
Well,
was
that's
in
what
there, bro.
They
No,
watch
no,
TV
no.
all day, Roger.
I
That's all
do.
they see.
No, no. But this is the point. That's why I'm saying I don't think the issue was her getting married when she was younger. I think she wanted to get married when she was younger. The
Yeah, I
thing
agree.
is, you got to make a bet on somebody, and if you're gonna make a bet that you're gonna marry that white man, that comes with some odds, and the odds is 0.5% of them will marry a black woman. That's the odds. So she thought she could beat those odds. It is what it is. Because she's talking today at 34,
Yep.
and she still mentioned, she mentioned 3 different white men in that video. I mean, it is what it is. And when you tell me you dance so nasty that a man that like you said, I don't want nothing to do with you after. Because we're going to let something slide when we like a person. But you were so nasty, that dude said, no, I'm 100% good on you.
Going off of your logic, that white dude said, "I'm 100% good off you" from the way he was
I'm saying,
dancing.
but even that, the woman's so dumb, she dancing nasty with the guy that like her in the room. How dumb can you be?
Well,
Yeah,
Jado,
and
I just
listen,
watched the video
look
again.
at it.
She did place that
Looking at
camera
this woman.
strategically. She placed that camera strategically so you could see that thing. That
Yeah,
thing was high.
and
So I said, "Oh shit."
if you look at this woman physically, what black neighborhood, what black group of people is she gonna get by only 2.5 years out of 34
Come
of
on,
dating?
man.
That's
Come on,
impossible. If she
man.
dating black men,
Well, me and you paper rock scissoring. You know what I'm saying? We paper rock
that's
scissors, bro. You
impossible.
hear me? She should have been in our community. She would have been gunned at and probably handcuffed long time ago. So that's how I know exactly what you said. She thought that she was in, and that's a lot of percentage of women. They think that they in, and they did everything they could to be in proximity.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say this, man. Let's say I want to cheat on my girlfriend. Okay, I want to cheat on my girlfriend. I got my girlfriend. I like her, but I want something
All
extra on the
right.
side. They ain't gonna tell her. Now, am I gonna go and cheat on my girlfriend at the same party I'm at with my girlfriend? Wouldn't I like separate what's going on with another woman with my girlfriend? I ain't gonna let this random chick dance nasty all over me and my girlfriend is in the room. I'm just saying.
I'm single.
At some point in time, intelligence got to kick in. You know,
I do what I want.
even if I'm single, if I got the girl who I think I'm making some progress with, and then I got this other chick and I'm gonna let her grind all over me, am I gonna do that with her in the room?
Boy,
I'm not gonna even say I ain't gonna do it, but am I gonna do it with her in the room?
we call that stone cold macking, man.
You
That's
know?
stone cold.
So if you like a man and you don't even know how to show the man you like him, I kind of start to think the problem is you.
Mm-hmm. Well, those are her expectations. She showed, hey, this is who I am. Take it or leave it. That's that type of attitude. Hey, this is me. I'm just being me. And like you said, she's controlling. Everything has to be, in her safe space, in her safe world. You got to, get along with the cats and get along with the dog. And sooner or later it'd be, them domestic chores. Change. Like, bro, it's already set up. She's not going to forego that. Even if you did get in a relationship with her, now you got to deal with all those what we call quirks. That's why I said everybody's retarded in their own little way. You hit the nail on the head, Roger. She hasn't committed. You have to gamble and commit to somebody. And she waited and probably forego a whole lot. I know her opportunities, are boundless, and probably still now with her being online. And she forgoes all of that because of I'm just gonna keep it one word. It's confusion. You confused, baby. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna give a room for no placeholder came up here. No placeholder. You didn't put no messages in the back, so I guess you want a piece of this show. You want a piece of this? Well, come get you a piece of this, brother. What you got to say on
Yes,
this?
sir. Yeah, I want a piece of chicken as well. I'm messing with you, Roger. But yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna email you some chicken right now.
Yes, sir. But yeah, I've been busy all morning, but I've been listening, and By the way, what's going on, panel? What's going on, Roger? What's going on, chat? And yeah, and you guys can feel free to ignore Creator. So he's been making a whole lot of like, since. But anyway, I'm gonna focus on my 2 minute open. But I've encountered these kind of women because obviously I've been in formally educated spaces for some time, from my high school days all the way to basically college. And I've told you a story about when I encountered black women in college, Roger, and what basically I found out. You know what I'm saying? So when like I hear you guys say stuff like she's well spoken, she da 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 da. I'm saying they don't do that for us, bro. They're not learning how to be well spoken and have a certain decorum for the sake of impressing black men. You know what I'm saying? So I agree that what a lot of you guys are saying, like that somebody would have taken her. Yeah, that's true. Somebody would have taken her. But the objective, if I'm saying, based on my experience, is that black men are the fall black man. They are the break glass in the event I don't get a white man. You know what I'm saying? Because I've told you the story, Roger, about how my one of my friends was in college with me, getting an economics degree. I was basically had all the elements of a black man. He was tall and all these other elements. I basically you think that they would like. You know what I'm saying? And he was hollering this black chick. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she was relatively decent. You know what I'm saying? At the college and everything, but only for us to find out basically one for everyone. One Saturday night and come back from drinking. And there she was coming out at 3 o'clock in the morning. Some random regular white dude's a dorm room because we all lived in basically the same dormitory. And there he was. He broke his heart, but basically that also opened my eyes. You know what I'm saying? Like you could be the most prominent of prominent black men, but essentially just a regular white dude basically is what you basically considered to basically saying. So I fully agree with a whole lot of assessment about not feeling sorry for her because not only you shouldn't feel sorry for her because she's purposely doing this, and not only that, she's doing that because that's how she sees black men as like not worthy of her accomplishment. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's the way that they approach it. Like I do what I do so I can get a white man. So if she's 34 years old and she's not married and she's not in all that stuff because she literally avoided black men from probably 18 to it might be like 31, 32, something like that. And she probably just incorporated black men because things are just kind of like drying up for her. But anyway, that's my opening statement.
Now,
All right, hold
Roger,
fast, everybody.
Roger, I
Hold
went on
fast.
her page, Roger, right? And when you go down to like a year, she has 2 videos that are very telling. It says, "Is it wrong to have racial preferences in dating?" And one before that is, "Not black enough for black people, too black for everyone else."
Oh my God!
No
Wow.
placeholder. You hit it
I
on the
told
head.
you.
No placeholder.
I told you.
You
That
went
statement
right
Real
to
quick.
it,
summarized
though.
everything, Sean.
Guys, real
That
quick, real
statement
quick.
summarized her.
Yeah,
You and
that
Black,
I
Summarize
you
mean
and
her.
Black,
that
you and
does
Black
say a lot.
reset
So
did. Yeah, y'all hit it. Y'all hit it. All right, y'all
yes,
right.
she
Y'all
she
right.
might be mixed. Then yeah, she might be mixed. She might be like a half black woman, half white woman type
No,
deal.
no, 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 no,
It's
no, Roger.
possible. No,
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 I'm
listen
not.
to what he said, Roger. Listen to what
I'm not.
Sean
I'm
said.
not. Look, I'm not saying she right no kind of way. I'm just saying with the title of the video or whatever that speaks to those type of people. But regardless of that, first of all, I gotta apologize to Elder Blood because he sent something in about an hour ago, and I just saw it for whatever reason. I'm gonna figure out. Y'all, I got a new device that I'm getting the cash apps on, so I got to figure out how to get the notifications up real quick. He said, "Remember, the average woman is just. Hold on. The average woman is just a used condom. That's what he was saying. The average woman is just a used condom. Y'all be putting stuff in interesting ways.
Damn.
That's real.
I'm gonna say shout out to Elder Blood. That's a tough way to put it, but that's what he was saying. The average woman is just a used condom. And y'all, we are past the 3 hour mark, but I'm gonna go ahead and let Lena get up here and say something because I seen Lena backstage here. So let's see what Lena go with it. Okay.
Here we go.
There you go, yo.
Let her have it, y'all. We gonna let her have it.
So what's the scenario?
Yeah.
Oh,
But we
don't bring it back to the trial. Who got the Bible for trial, y'all?
Oh, come on with that.
Go ahead, Lena, and do your
Uh,
thing.
I think that if you saying that girl magic's the day out, I think that is weird. How? I mean, because at first I came up here thinking I've only been watching like maybe 15 minutes of it.
and I wasn't getting it. But I always thought y'all was coming against Black Girl Magic. You're coming against this girl because she's saying it's like Black Girl Magic to date out. Is that the magic?
No, nobody came against her at all. But this is Black Girl Magic. She's beautiful, she's single, and she's empowered. That means she can do what she wants, right? Ain't this what Black Girl Magic is?
I guess it's part of it. I don't think that's the only thing.
Isn't the main thing of Black Girl Magic is putting women in a position where they can have freedom to have their own choices and be celebrated about who they are as people? Ain't that literally what Black Girl Magic is supposed to be about?
I thought Black Girl Magic was about being, empowered and accomplishments, like being intelligent.
She's
and
beautiful, single, and empowered. How does that not speak to Black Girl Magic?
I guess. That single is being magic. I don't think it's magic. There's a lot of people that's single.
Black Girl Magic is about being able to do what you want to do. And you can do that when you're single.
Oh, well then dang, I had Black Girl Magic, but I'm not single. Dang, did I lose it?
We're not talking about the married Black Girl Magic. We talking about this portion of the Black Girl Magic.
There is a married Black Girl Magic creator. That's what I'm trying to tell you, bro.
Yeah, everything
I
that I know
endorse that,
about.
though.
Everything I know about Black Girl Magic has been about women having the ability to be celebrated and empowered to do the things they want to do. She is a beautiful, single, empowered woman. And this is what she did with her Black Girl Magic. She used her Black Girl Magic when she's now 34 years old. She ain't got no husband, and it's starting to feel some type of way to her that she made this video. But it is Black Girl Magic.
Lena, did you watch the video?
No, that's why I came up.
Oh, you didn't?
Yeah, that's why I was alone.
Oh, man, come on, bro.
Black Girl Magic, like, what's good?
You ain't do your homework, Lena. That's why you fell in the test.
Yeah, I'm failing.
Yeah, you can't be coming in class raising your hand and you ain't doing no homework.
Yeah. I appreciate your zeal and your zest, though. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm gonna say, y'all, if you're gonna come to the panel, know what we talking about first. If we got a link down there, check the link out, because you don't know how much of that link is information that you're gonna need. So do your homework first. Do your homework first, and then you come up here and you can rock with the big dogs. But since Lena didn't do her homework, we're gonna talk to you after the show, Lena. I'm gonna talk to you after the show a little bit. So everybody hold fast. We passed the 3-hour mark. It's over with. It's been a great day. Y'all take care. Be safe out there. Long live the habitual line steppers. I'm Roger. I'm right. And I'm out.